Just like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
Real opportunity here for something Westers! Ipswich take the lead! Ashton Clifford. Awkward for the goalkeeper in Mikey! Baker on this right-hand side. Baker the ball in. Ipswich have the lead. She has taken the big chance. HP. Penalty perfection. Heskett. Finds the corner. And what a huge goal that could be for Ipswich Town. Thompson was scored alone. She wins. Ashton Clifford.
Touches on the colours home.
Oh, that's brilliant. Sensational goal for Ipswich Town.
And Ipswich against all the odds.
Town fans, hello and welcome back to Matchday Live, streaming live on X, YouTube, Facebook and Town TV. Proudly brought to you by our headline digital partner Fleximize, the UK's award-winning lender offering fast, flexible business loans. A very special day here at Portman Road as Town women take on Southampton in their first ever WSL2 fixture at this iconic stadium. The countdown to kickoff is on. The fans are packing out the stadium. We've got all the action from the pre-match to the final whistle coming your way here on Town TV and on social media. On the show today, we're joined by two very special guests to guide you through all the build-up, plus some other guests coming on later in the show and the latest team news to recap on Town's recent form. We'll also look back at highlights from the last two Town women games held here at Portman Road and discuss the exciting future of this great squad. Don't go anywhere, Town fans, because as mentioned, we'll be streaming the full game right here, so stay tuned for an action-packed afternoon. So welcome everybody back to Portman Road on a blustery, kind of wintry feel to the day today. We're joined by Ben Chenery and by Jenna Deere for your first appearances here on Town TV here at Portman Road. Listen, welcome to both of you. Jenna, we're going to start with you. Listen, how's the injury? Because I know you've been struggling with a sort of hamstring injury. What can you tell us about that and sort of how things are with you firstly, sort of on health issues?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a long process. Been out for about 8 weeks now, but slowly getting back into it. So hopefully might get one more game, the end of the season. So we'll see.
Well, listen, best of luck with your hopeful recovery by the end of the season. And listen, great to have you on the show. So thank you very much for your time. Ben, I feel sort of strange that we're only just getting you on Town TV, but welcome to the pre-match show. I think you've done a bit of commentary before as well, haven't you? So
That's right, yeah.
The media side of things is something you've explored here at the club, and then now here we are on another exciting day at Portman Road.
Yeah, I certainly have. Pleasure to co-commentate on the Watford game, and privileged to be here on what will be the first time the ladies have been out on the Portman Road pitch, so a really big occasion, yeah.
And the pitch, by the way, is looking absolutely fantastic. From your first impression when you came up here earlier, Jenna, was, wow, it looks pretty good up here, doesn't it? It's a good view, but pitch is looking good. Conditions are a little bit blustery and cold, but I think it could be a really good afternoon of football, this.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect weather, hopefully for a good game for us, and hopefully the girls can go on to get the 3 points.
Yeah, and it's a big game, this, as well. I mean, Town have had some great results from the last few fixtures. Obviously, David Wright coming in and having a really good run of form, but it's important to get a result today, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think David's come in and continued the good work which Joe Sheehan was doing previously. And you can see in the last 5 games there's been some real resilience within the squad, and you can see that, and you know, the girls are in a really good place, and I'm excited to see them play today. But like you say, it's a big game, it's a big fixture, big occasion. Yeah,
it certainly is. We'll get stuck into it a little bit more. Excited to hear more of your comments as we build up to kick-off. But this is, of course, the 3rd time that Ipswich Town women have played here in the league at Portman Road. The previous 2 matches coming against Plymouth Argyle last season, and then Chatham Town. Let's remind ourselves of those occasions. We'll reflect back on them as well, starting with the Chatham Town match, which of course was a very impressive 5-0 victory. Let's remind ourselves.
For the first time in over 5 years, Ipswich Town women are about to grace the hallowed turf of this famous old stadium as they face Chatham Town in the FA Women's National League Southern Premier Division. A real period where Chatham have enjoyed a concerted spell of possession, but Pesquet rolls in and looks to set Natasha Thomas on her way. Here's Thomas inside the penalty area. Thinking about a shot, right-footed effort, it's off the post and in! Natasha Thomas in front of the serve, Bobby Robson stands! Continuing to drive forward, tries to slide it through to Pesquet. Pesquet does reach the ball before the Chatham defence tries to skip through. Loose ball breaks to her, and she fires it in for 2-0! Come on! Has possession just outside the centre circle in the Ipswich half, looking forward for Gunning Williams, and it drops from Natasha Thomas inside the penalty area. Thomas, can she make it 3? She can! To Summer Hughes. Hughes bursting forward. It's into Natasha Thomas. It's cut back for Gunning Williams, who fires it home for 4! Robertson driving forward, trying to slide it through to Pesquet inside the box. Thomas waiting in the back post, and it won't drop for Thomas, but it will drop for Summer Hughes. What an afternoon in Suffolk. The Tractor Girls are back in town. Good chest control from Natasha Thomas, and she's dug out across it, and it's an early goal for Ipswich Town. The perfect start as Lucy O'Brien pokes home from inside the 6-yard box. Thomas spotted Pesquet running in behind that back 4. Here is Pesquet now inside the penalty area, trying to get away from Roxy Thomas. This time it's in towards Natasha Thomas, and Natasha Thomas does get her goal. Going to form part of that midfield as the challenge comes in from O'Brien, and the loose ball drops to Kyra Robertson, and then Rutherford will strike one. It's safer now, but Pesquet is there on the follow-up to make it 3. They love playing here, they love scoring here, they love winning here.
So much to pick apart from some great memories over the past few seasons. Ipswich Town women having some good results here at Portman Road. And I think it's clear for everyone to see we're in for another fantastic afternoon of football, and ending with Ed Sheeran bouncing around in the changing room, Charlotte Fleming having a bit of fun in front of the camera. Good memories here at Portman Road for Ipswich Town women, and long may they continue today.
Yeah, I think excellent memories, obviously, last season. And I think the girls are hoping to double that today with another win, and seeing loads of fans out again today. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing experience for them, and obviously the atmosphere. Hopefully the crowd turns out. It will be fantastic.
And one of the things we're saying when we're watching back, that VT just stood here in the gantry, one of the great things to watch is the journey that the players have been on, and you can kind of reflect back when you watch that back, because you know you've got the likes of Tash and Pesk, who've obviously been at the club for years, but obviously all the new faces that have come in January, and just to see the development of the women's squad through the last couple of years we've been playing here at Portman Road is good to see, isn't it?
I think so. It's it's been a real special journey for some of the players, and as a football club, for the success they've had over the last couple of seasons and getting to this stage now, which is an extremely tough league, full of some really good football players. And it's been a challenge, but it has been amazing to see. You know, we were talking about the days at Felixstowe when they played there, they had great times there, and then to Colchester and then to here. So it's been a magnificent journey, and really pleased to see some of those girls who've gone through the journey with the football club.
Yeah, I think it's good to see, isn't it? And Jenna, we were sort of talking beforehand about how obviously it is a different occasion here playing at Portman Road, but today is not just about the sense of occasion, because in the previous two fixtures there were kind of matches we expected to win. Obviously the Chatham Town and the Plymouth match, they were matches we expected to win. Today it's a tougher test. Of course Southampton will come here with, you know, outside hopes of trying to push up and get into that third place spot, but it's a different challenge for Town women today, isn't it? A different feel to the fixture here at Portman Road.
Yeah, it is a different challenge. I think a challenge that obviously will be difficult for the girls, but I think one they'll relish, and especially playing at Portman Road, such a big game, fantastic crowd, fantastic stadium, and obviously the memories that some of the girls had from last season, they can obviously bring that into today's game.
And obviously Town women now playing at the JobServe Community Stadium, home matches there, and I mean now obviously here at Portman Road, it's been a few years of change, hasn't it? Of course home matches were in Felixstowe, now they're in Colchester, and here we are again at Portman Road. I think it's important, isn't it, to put on a performance in matches here at Portman Road, but ultimately it's just another home game for Town, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's difficult though as a player when you walk out to a stadium like this with the pitch the way it is, and they'll certainly be aware of the crowd are going to be turning up today. There'll be some good numbers in the stand. So, like always, I think it's about getting that first pass away. It's about just getting used to your surroundings quickly, and I think, like you say, it should just be another game, but it'll be a really big occasion, and it'd be nice to see a lot of people in here supporting the ladies today. Yeah,
expected to be around the 10,000 mark again, which is fantastic support again for Ipswich Town. What have you sort of made of the WSL2 season so far? Obviously, we knew it was going to be a challenge, but Town are very much in that fight and proven specifically over the past 5 or 6 games that they can compete with anyone in this league. What have you sort of made of the season so far, Jenna?
Yeah, I think this league's always so tough. Like, you look season upon season, it's always tough in and around. No one's really safe. But I think the start of the season obviously was a bit rocky. But I think, like you said, second half of the season after Christmas really picked up, got points on the board. And I think the togetherness in the team is what's getting us through games. Obviously, we know we've got the quality, and obviously with Righty coming in, I think it's been a big change, but a change that's obviously helped us massively on the pitch. So yeah, like it's going well, and I think we can just push on now.
Yeah, the togetherness clearly is a big factor at play within this squad, and it's good to see that continues, even sort of when results necessarily weren't going Town's way. It still feels like that togetherness was there. And just sort of finally talking about the Portman Road game, before we sort of move on, looking back at some previous results, it's an opportunity, isn't it, not just for the players, but to sort of captivate some new fans perhaps that maybe haven't had the opportunity to watch Ipswich Town women, some of the sort of younger fans that are coming through. I think it's an important opportunity for the club to grab the attention, to inspire some of the youngsters today as well.
Yeah, for sure. As I drove in earlier, I was a big smile on my face with seeing families and children of all ages, and many people gathering around outside the stadium ready to come in. And I think it's about inspiring the next generation. Totally. And I think for them to be able to come to a high-level game like today is, and to come away with some really good memories, and want them to emulate the girls on the pitch tomorrow and through next week and in school or whatever. So really pleasing that they get the opportunity to see a really high-level game here today.
My 1-year-old daughter was at the match last year. She was only 6 weeks at that point. It was a bit cold to bring her today, but she's already getting inspired, and I think that's part of it, isn't it? Yeah, to inspire the youngsters. Right, we've had a good patch of form, haven't we? Ipswich Town picking up some good results in the past 5 or 6 matches. Obviously losing to Nottingham Forest, but we won't worry too much about that. Let's look at some of the results we have had in the past 5 matches with a bit of a recap now. Good stuff. A look back there over Ipswich Town's previous 5 fixtures. Some big wins coming in that run as well. I think predominantly the Portsmouth one sticks out in my mind. Listen, there's no mistake about it. Portsmouth are currently bottom of the table, needed to get that win, and that was an important win in that run, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was really important. I think it was kind of a turning point for us as a team. Picking up the 3 points, especially away from home. We've done the double over them in the league now, and I think it was important because obviously relegation contenders, they're in and around us, obviously with Sheffield and now Durham coming into the mix. So yeah, it was a massive 3 points.
Certainly was. Ben, what's impressed you the most about how the squad has adapted to this step up? Because it was always going to be a challenge, but they've responded well to the challenge. What's impressed you the most?
Yeah, I think when you go into a new division, there's great demands, physical demands, tactical demands, technical demands. And I think it's how you find a way to get to that level quickly. And I've certainly been impressed with how that's been achieved by the staff and the players in terms of looking at where we are right now, where we need to get to, and how we're going to get there. And I think they've done that in abundance. So, yeah, really impressed with the way that they've progressed throughout the season to get to this point.
And Jenna, just talk to us about the transition from obviously Joe Sheehan to David Wright. And Joe, by the way, still very much involved with the squad. He's here today. He's going to be sat in the director's box and still has an input and things. But how's that transition been from Joe to David? Because obviously it's been a good upturn in results. How have you sort of managed that adaptation, do you think?
I think it was quite easy for the girls. Obviously, David Wright was involved last season, doing some sessions in and around, and obviously the back end of last year at Christmas time, he was involved in our sessions. So I think the adaptation for that was pretty easy for the girls, for him to come in. People knew him, we see him around the building all the time. So I think everyone's adapted well, and obviously you can see the form we're in now. It's obviously been a very good change for us.
And we talk about that togetherness. I think that was part of that decision, wasn't it? Because obviously David Wright is someone that the team's so familiar with. The 9 additions coming in as well, had to bed them in. It was a big moment of change, but one the squad has responded incredibly well to. It's been so impressive.
Yeah, and that's credit to everybody involved. I think David was a good connection with the girls previously. He's come into the job and carried on the work that Joe has been doing, and bringing some fresh faces, some new bodies into the squad's always a good thing for competition. I think that's wise, and all the players have responded really well, and you can see the fight, and they're digging in, and training is competitive every single day, and they can't wait for the next games, which is testament to the environment they're created. Yeah.
And David mentioned the defeat to Forest last weekend, wasn't it, as a speed bump in the road. I think that's a fair point to make as well, isn't it? How important is it that Town respond today? Because obviously great 5-match unbeaten spell. You're not going to win every match. We know that as fans of football and players and people that work in the club. But how important is it to respond to that defeat and to try to get back into that undefeated spell and winning ways, hopefully?
I think what better occasion to play at Portman Road, to get the reaction from the girls, to come out today and put in a performance that's worthy of winning 3 points, and to give everyone around us a bit of a what's going on kind of thing, feeling. So I feel like the girls, they're up for it. I've been around the changing room earlier. Everyone's up for it, and they're super excited for the game.
I imagine everybody is pumped down there in that changing room, reliving the moments of previous matches and looking forward to today's match. Here we are at Portman Road for the first time for a WSL2 match here at Portman Road. But it's not just about what happens here in the stadium. The fan zone has been open for a while now, and our man Dave Vant has been hoover up the vibes as he does so well. Over to you, Dave.
Yes, James, we're in the fan zone now. Of course, today's fixture is a dedicated Her Game 2 fixture. We've got the women's team facing Southampton. What a time to have it. I'm here with Blake, fan zone presenter. Blake, how you doing? You good?
All good, mate. Happy to be here.
Superb. We've got an incredible trophy with us here in the fan zone. If you're watching this now and the fan zone is still open, get yourself down and get yourself a photo with this magnificent trophy. We're so lucky to have it here. Blake, what are we doing today? Score predictions? Favourite players?
4-0, Lucy O'Brien. Come on!
Here we go. Let's go talk to supporters and get their thoughts. Here we go.
2 fans here. Who are your favourite players, first of all, guys?
Ruby Seavey.
Ruby Seavey.
Natasha Thomas.
Natasha Thomas. Good choices. And what are your score predictions for today?
3-0.
3-0.
4-1.
4-1.
The score's going to be today.
What's it going to be? 2-0 to Ipswich.
2-0 to Ipswich. We love to hear it. Right, let's go this way, Laura. Score prediction today, please, madam.
2-1.
2-1. We love to hear it. Over this side. Can we get a score prediction, please, madam?
Yeah, 3-2.
3-2. We love to hear it. Score prediction, please, mate.
2-1.
2-1. We love to hear it. Let's say score prediction, please.
3-0.
3-0. What a game that would be. Incredible. Excuse me, madam. Please can I have your score prediction for today?
Could you have what?
My score prediction for today.
I don't know. 2-1?
2-1. God, that'll be a great game. Blake, take it over this side. Let's get some more over this way.
Gladly. Score prediction for today.
Oh, 3-1.
3-1, we like that. Girls, score prediction for today.
2-1. 3-2.
3-2, 3 points. Come on, mate, you're not getting away with it. What's your score prediction for today?
2-1 Ipswich.
2-1 Ipswich, we love it. A couple more. I know we've got space for a couple more over here. Hello, guys. What's your score prediction for today? Ipswich win? Ipswich win. That'll do, won't it? Can we get one more?
My score prediction for today is 4-0 to the Super Blues. JT, it's going to be an incredible day here at Portman Road. I can't wait. Blake, thank you very much for your help. Appreciate it as always. JT, back to you in the gantry. Upper Town, here we go.
Lovely stuff, Blake and Dave Van, just setting the tone a little bit from the fan zone there. And you'll notice we've had a little bit of a change of staffing here in the gantry. We welcome Rachel Harris, Head of Women's Football, to Town TV once again. A different position to when you were here last time. We were pitchside last time. We're up in the gantry.
Yeah, we were. Actually, just down there where the warm-up's now taking place. So,
Can I just say, this is possibly the coldest it's ever been at Portman Road. What's going on with the weather? I thought it was nearly spring.
I'm regretting not bringing a jacket up, to be honest, guys. But yeah, no. Hopefully, it stays like this. It's a little bit windy, but as long as the rain holds off, I think we'll be good.
We'll finish up with the weather report. We'll focus on football now. And actually, this position here, I feel, just sets the tone beautifully for what we're about to see this afternoon. WSL2 football here at Portman Road for the first time. A momentous occasion, Rachel, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm delighted, obviously, that we can get this game in the calendar again. The players are up for it. Massive game for us. 3 points is the priority, and yeah, let's go get it.
I think, Ben, you've been at the training ground obviously this week. What's been the vibe like in the squad? How's it sort of differ from, you know, other match days? Is it much been business as normal, or has it been a different vibe, would you say, in terms of preparing for this one?
You know, working with David and Rachel and the staff, you know, it is another game. It's in terms of the preparation, in terms of what the daily work looks like. It's preparing for the next one and the challenge that this is going to bring. Of course, for the players, for the girls, it's a different occasion, isn't it? When you turn up here in the stadium and the way the pitch is, and there's going to be a good crowd in here, of course. It's a different dimension for them, but the day-to-day work's been spot on, as it always will be. Speaking to the staff, they're ready. They've got the girls ready in a really good place, so yeah, looking forward to the game today.
Rachel, we're talking to Jenna, and the feeling that really came through from a part of our conversation was the feeling of togetherness. And that is something that obviously the club strives towards with 9 new signings, with obviously a change in manager. Obviously, Joe's still part of the setup. Keeping that togetherness together. Talk to us about that challenge and how you've managed to achieve that, because it's very much still there, clearly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what this club's about. So, you know, we've had probably 2 halves of the season, as you would call it. So first half, you know, performances were there, when we probably didn't get the results that we deserved in some of those games. But like I say, David's come in, obviously that winter break, he's had a bit more time to work with the players, bringing 9 new in. You know, they've got around those shirts. It wasn't, you know, coming straight in and, you know, you're going to be in this team, you've got to fight for that shirt, which they've done. But I think that's kind of created that even more togetherness between the existing and the new players coming in, and you can see that in the performances over the last few games.
Well, actually, we had Maria Boswell on Town TV a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, who again sort of echoed that sentiment that some of the new players that have come in, it feels like they've been here for months and years already. And that isn't something that's easily achieved, is it?
And I think, again, it's just testament to kind of the culture that we've built within the team. And, you know, yes, we want great technical players to put on, you know, in games like this to showcase in front of 10,000 fans, but it's also about good people. And that's what we strive for, you know, when building a team.
What do you think David's going to be saying to the players in the dressing room before coming out today? Because, listen, it is a big, momentous occasion, WSL2 football here at Portman Road for the first time. But really, as you sort of mentioned earlier, it's about getting the result today. That's the most important thing, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, Dave's message will be quite clear, as in, you know, that's play the Ipswich Town way. That's what we're about. You know, we have that philosophy right through, you know, all the teams at the club. And it will be, we've prepped hard all week, as we do in our training weeks, and it will be going out and just execute that plan, like go get it.
Ben, same question to you.
there'll be no calmer person than David Wright in that dressing room working with David. He'll draw upon his work during the week's been done with the staff and the players, so he'll be in a good position in terms of what it looks like moving forward. Yeah, he'll be just fine.
Well, it's been a busy week for David Wright. It's only going to get busier today as we prepare getting closer to kick-off now. But let's hear the thoughts from the boss, who's been giving us his thoughts in his press conference earlier this week.
And then 10,000 fans watched victories over Chatham and Plymouth at Portman Road. How nice would it be to give them another memorable day?
Yeah, it'd be great. Like I say, everyone's really looking forward to it. Hopefully, the ticket sales will keep going up and up, and we'll come out and put a great performance in, and it'll be a great day for everyone.
And the first time that WSL2 football has come to Portman Road, how much of a credit is that to everyone at the club, the staff, the players, yourself, and even Joe who came before?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said this before in terms of where we were a number of years ago and where Joe has taken it. He's done an absolute brilliant job, and now we're moving it forward from that. But the foundation that he set was great. And coming here and playing here for the girls and the staff is great, and for the fans as well. For that that experience of coming to watch the girls at Portman Road, it'll be really looking forward to the day.
David Wright speaking to the press earlier this week. And Ben, you sort of alluded to it there. Talk to us about what David's like as a person, because he just seems like such a level-headed, down-to-earth, professional type of character. Is that a fair description? Yeah,
Incredibly thoughtful, detailed, thinks about how he communicates, thinks about how he delivers. I was working with him, obviously, going into the ladies and with the academy, and never get flustered, right? Never get flustered. There's always a process to what we're trying to do. There's always a solution. I think that's David's biggest strength. I think he emanates that to the players and the staff, yeah.
Kit Graham has spoken about the players wanting to put on a show for the fans. How do you think the players are going to react to today? Because obviously we're expecting a crowd, I think, close to 10,000, hopefully even over. Yeah. Exact numbers, I'm not sure if we've officially revealed them yet, but regardless of that, it's going to be a big crowd. How do you think the players are going to react to that?
I think, well, I mean, the players that have played in these games previously for us will get around those ones. I mean, there will be some players in that group that haven't played any game in front of a crowd that potentially is 10,000. So yeah, the leadership is crucial, getting around those players. But like I say, it will all be about the focus on getting the 3 points and keeping those standards high. And yeah, it's not just another game because it's at Portman Road, it's our home stadium, but we have to kind of treat it as it is and go after what we need, and that is those 3 points.
Ultimately, that is what we're here for, isn't it? To pick up the win. And you can reflect back on sort of the journeys for individual players on moments like this as well, can't you? We watched earlier Natasha Thomas scoring her goals at Portman Road against Chatham Town. Maria Boswell obviously captains the side today. She's back in the squad, isn't she? And wasn't able to play the previous match against Plymouth. I think she was injured last season. So when you see individual players progressing and making their journeys and making a mark on this football club, it's great to see, and just a moment to reflect back on what they've done for this club as well. I think is a nice time to do that, isn't it, Ben?
I think so. As I said earlier, the journey's been fantastic. It really has, and the occasion is a big occasion, of course. But I think when you play on stages like this in front of a crowd, you want to do well, and I think that's the bottom line. You want to win, and I think that will be the underlying emotion for all the players and all the staff, that when you're on a stage like this with the crowd that have come through the turnstiles today, you want to put a performance and you want to win, and I think that's where the girls will be today. Yeah.
And definitely, I think you probably both agree, this is Town Women's toughest match here at Portman Road. Southampton are a good side. It's not impossible that they get into the playoffs, although they would need a win today to have any chance. I was actually speaking to Joe Sheehan earlier and said it's probably going to be a bit too much for them, but Fran Stenson, their keeper's kept 6 clean sheets this season. Town are going to have to take their chances today. Real tough match.
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, yeah, Southampton have been quite consistent in this league for a few seasons now, so I guess at the beginning of the season their priority and their objectives would be to get in, we've got that playoff place being added in for this season, so yeah, with the squad that they've built, I'm sure that was their goals. But yeah, we just have to take our chances, and we create them. So it's just about being clinical.
And listen, Town have put themselves in such a good position now to stay up, but the job is not done. Okay, we're a couple of games we've got a couple of games in hand over Portsmouth, who are currently bottom, but still level on points. You can't, there is no room to take your foot off the gas. Each game at a time. This is almost like a bit of a cup final for Town, isn't it? Because get the 3 points today and the table looks potentially very different. So it's a huge match to really sort of stamp their authority down on.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the other added thing to think about, the ingredient, is that Southampton are going to enjoy playing here. They're going to come here in a stadium like this, and it's going to be a big moment for them as well. Football's a strange game. It's a game of fine margins. I'm a great believer that you do the right things in your training week. I think the trainer reveals the game on a Saturday or a Sunday, and rest assured they'll be prepared. You need those fine margins to go your way. Of course you do, and you hope over a season they even themselves out. But I'm looking forward to today. I really am. I think it'll be a really competitive game, and there's a bit of work for us to do, yes, of course. But I feel really confident that they'll put on a really good performance today, the girls.
Certainly, hopefully, will be the case. Big match, should be a good one. The players you can probably see warming up on the pitch just behind us now. We're getting closer and closer to kick-off, and it feels like a good time, doesn't it, to take a look at Town's starting lineup to face Southampton in this first ever WSL2 match here at Portman Road. Of course, Ipswich Town's third match here at Portman Road. There was a 5-year wait between the first and second matches, but there you go. There is your starting lineup. 5 changes David Wright has made after that defeat to Nottingham Forest last time round. We mentioned Maria Boswell back in that starting lineup. Thoughts on Town's starting 11? There's some real good names, of course, coming back into the team. We mentioned Boz. Thoughts on the starting lineup first to start?
It's 5 changes from the last game, and this is the beauty of what we have now as a squad. We have competition, and we have the ability to be able to players come in and when it's warranted and fight for that shirt, as you were saying earlier, Rachel. It's really important that we have that in this environment. So yeah, 5 changes. I mean, that's massive. There'll be some disappointed people, of course, but there'll be people come on the pitch and try and have an impact, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, strong team, and a team that's really capable of winning the game today. Yeah.
Rachel, your thoughts on today's starting lineup?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the mentality that we've gone with in our conversations with players, is that everybody in this squad has a part to play, whether that's 90 minutes, 10 minutes, 45, it doesn't matter. And that's what we've built, that every player has that mentality coming in, say, I need to be ready when I'm needed, and we'll have that today.
And that is football, isn't it? Even if you're not in the starting 11, not even in the Matchday squad, you still have a part. We're speaking to Jenna, who's come up here and done her media duties. You've got players that are injured that are still a big presence in the squad. Like, for example, Kaya Robertson, who's obviously been a big part of Town's success over the past couple of years. So everybody has a part to play, is the message, isn't it?
And that's the leadership that we have within that group, is that, even if they're not in the Matchday squad, they're here, they're present. They'll be in around those players within the change room that haven't experienced this before. And keeping everyone focused. So yeah, really pleased everyone's here.
Well, that is your starting 11. Let's take a look at the subs bench to see who potentially could make an impact a little bit later. Of course, Natasha Thomas's name, it's always going to be a big part of Ipswich Town. She's scored goals here at Portman Road. She is international quality striker, obviously having been away with Jamaica this season. Thoughts on the subs bench, and which names potentially could make a sort of a play later on in the match, do you think?
Natasha's the one, right? She's when I always watch back at clips of the ladies of the last few seasons, she's always Natasha scoring goals, and the way she celebrates and the enthusiasm she has on the football pitch. So she'll want to come on. She'll want to be as someone's been on the journey here with us for some time. She'll want to come on and make a difference. That's for sure.
I think within that subs bench, you've got a lot of pace. You've got Ava Baker, who's on loan from us from Birmingham. She's if as quick, if not quicker than Bess. So yeah, they're always having races in training, but. Lucy O'Brien, again, another technically gifted player that can come on and make a huge difference, as well as Rihanna Dean. So, yeah, that's a strong bench.
Strength in depth, yeah.
Certainly is. We talk about strength in depth, and that is your subs bench. But what about today's opposition? Let's hand over to our man, Ruben Shorten, who is going to give us the lowdown on Southampton. Over to you, Ruben.
James, Southampton's team is very strong. There's a lot of experience in this Southampton side. Fran Stenson made a phenomenal save 8 minutes into stoppage time in the last game in the 0-0 draw against Durham. As for Southampton as well, we've got Mary Bashford, who joined from Charlton in summer 2025. She scored a brace against Ipswich in the reverse fixture on the opening day of this season.
Ellie Brazil, who is probably Southampton's star player. She's their top goal scorer with 6 goals and 2 assists in 17 games so far for Southampton this season. Misses out. She's not even on the bench for Southampton tonight. And their captain, Atlanta Primus, signed in August 2023 from London City Lionesses, has played with Natasha Thomas for the Jamaican national team and recently appeared at the Women's World Cup in 2023. So there's a lot of experience for this Southampton side, and it should pose a very tough test for Ipswich on their 3rd visit here to Portman Road.
Ruben, thank you very much indeed. Just a quick word before we let you get on. This is obviously Ipswich Town Women's 3rd match here at Portman Road. In the league, it's their 4th in total. This, though, by far the hardest of the bunch.
By far. This is a very strong Southampton side, as I say, a lot of experience. But as you mentioned earlier, with Portsmouth being bottom of the table and they're playing at Sheffield United as well at the same time as Ipswich, Ipswich will be hoping if they win here today, this is a massive boost for the season, and there's not long to go. So, as you say, it's a very tough test for this Southampton side, but one that I think the Ipswich players will relish in front of a big crowd here at Portman Road.
Ruben, thank you very much indeed. We'll look forward to you commentating alongside Ian Westlake when the match starts in a short while's time. Ruben setting up the match nicely there by giving us an insight into Southampton. We can hear now from one of the Ipswich Town players. Sophie Pescott has been talking to Sammy Carter.
Pesk back at Portman Road. Here we are again. It must be delighted to be back.
Yeah, always happy to be back here. It's obviously a great ground and I'm really excited for the day.
Great form since the turn of the year, defeat on Sunday, but how's the mood been in the camp since then?
Yeah, it's been good. I think we made it very clear that we wanted it just to be a little speed bump instead of kind of making it anything bigger. So the vibe's been really good this week, really good preparation, so we're all feeling good and want to put things right.
A familiar foe in Southampton for you over the years in the division below, but how are they going to test us today?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. We've highlighted their strengths and we kind of have planned around that. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one to watch and we're going to put out a good show for everyone.
And a bumper crowd for us today as well. You must be really excited to play in front of those.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how many we can get and hopefully we can hit more than we have previously. Yeah, they're always kind of the 12th man for us. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
Sophie Pescott talking to Sammy Carter there. What a talent Pesk is, by the way. We've done so well to keep hold of her. We talk about players coming in, but holding on to players. I mean, she's a generational talent, Sophie Pescott, isn't she? And will long go down in this club's history, I feel.
Absolutely, 100%. We'll do everything we can to keep her here for as long as we possibly can. Yeah, what she's given to this club and to this team over the past, well, she's been here, I think about 6-7 years now and coming through that pathway, which is something, again, that, we're really proud of and we want to continue building for the future. And again, like we've mentioned, Jo coming back into that setup now, which, will be great. But yeah, she's a huge talent.
One of the things I love about the Ipswich women's squad over the past few years is seeing the International Honours Board as you walk into the club. Is now filled with names that you guys have produced and have gone on and sort of taken place in the international circuit. That must be a wonderful feeling to see players just, dominating not just here but in the international world as well.
Yeah, I think so. It's great recognition for the girls firstly. I think that's the most important thing, but also for the football club. I think it's a testament to the players that are coming to this football. And look, that board's going to fill up even more in future in time. I'm pretty certain of that. I think there'll be more names on there in time. But it's really pleasing to see the wealth of the different players that have had opportunities with their different countries. Yeah.
Fans starting to make their way into the stadium. It's starting to really feel real now, isn't it? 100%. A big intake of breath from the eye. I feel some nerves from you, Rachel. This is a momentous occasion, don't you? A little bit nervous now?
Yeah, a little bit. I get a bit nervous for the players, but yeah, no, like I said, we've focused, we've worked hard all week, and these are the moments that you dream of, like playing in your home stadia in front of potentially 10,000 fans. But we need 3 points.
Yeah, we really do. It would be good to get the win today. And on that note, I kind of feel it's a bit mean doing this sometimes, but we ask you for match predictions here on Matchday Live. I think today nobody has ever predicted anything other than a Town win. But I think we all feel pretty good about this one. We'll start with you. Rachel, what do you think? What do you think is going to be the score today? What are your match predictions, and who are the scorers going to be? We're not saying it's not going to be a 0-0. That's for sure.
No, I hope it's not a 0-0. Obviously, we want to get the crowd up. They're going to be our 12th man today, and we want them behind us. But prediction on score.
On the spot there.
Well, me and Pest spoke earlier. We said she's going to get a hat-trick today.
A hat-trick.
So we're going to go a hattie for Sophie Pesquet, and we'll win 3-1.
Okay, I love that. So Pesk is getting all 3 of Town's goals.
All 3 of Town's goals.
No pressure, Sophie.
Right foot, left foot header.
I love it. And if that actually happens, this will be clipped up and put all over the Town socials. What about yourself?
I think it'll be close. I think it'll be goals. I think I'd like to see if we could win 2-1. I think it'd be really, really pleasing. I'd like it'd be great. Sophie scored, and great for Natasha Thomas to come off the bench and score, right, to get the winner. But I think it'll be that. I think it'll be close, and I think it'll be tense. I think it'll go right to the wire. I think there'll be some nervousness at times in the first 10-15. But once the girls settle down, I think they'll give a good account of themselves. So I see Rachel's nervous here. You'll be able to relax when the game's finished for sure. But the plan is done, and I think we have a 2-1 win.
Are you expecting a fast start from Town? They're going to look to put their stamp down on the game early,
absolutely.
do you think, Rachel?
Yeah, I think that's how David will want them to go out and get after it straight away. So, yeah, just calm those nerves in the tunnel, just keep to our processes, and we'll be good.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you both very much for your time here on Town TV. Sorry it's been such a blustery, cold one here in the gantry. The wind has been blowing, but we are getting close to kickoff, so it's nearly time to hand over to our commentators. Just a special thanks to our sponsors, to those of you tuning in, and a reminder that, of course, we are streaming the whole match wherever it is you're watching on Town TV or indeed on socials. Don't go anywhere, folks, because the full 90 minutes of football is coming up next with our commentators, Ruben Shorten and, of course, Ian Westlake. We're going to hand over to those guys in a moment's time, but before we do, we're going to get all the stats with our man Curly, and we will see you again at half-time to unpack the first 45 minutes. Thanks very much for tuning in. Good luck to Town women on their first match in the WSL2 here at Portman Road, and let's remind ourselves of the stats then with Curly before we come back at half-time.
Ipswich Town women are back playing at Portman Road, looking to continue our 100% record. 3 wins, 2 in the league and 1 in the cup. The Saints march into Suffolk for our 5th meeting in all competitions. No doubt the Blue Army will be in full support. 10,807 fans were in attendance last time out. That was a record, but we're going to break it this year. Natasha Thomas, an Ipswich Town women's legend. She's broken every record going, and she loves scoring at Portman Road. 3 games, 3 goals. Global superstar Ed Sheeran was in attendance last time out and celebrated the girls' victory right here in the home changing room, where he also filmed part of his music video for Azizam. So let's support the girls on this incredible journey. The Great Escape is on.
Real opportunity here for Sophie Pesquet. Ipswich take the lead. Ashley Clifford. Awkward for the goalkeeper in by They've got this right-hand side. Baker the ball in. Ipswich have the lead. She is taking the big chance. HP. Penalty perfection. Pesquet. Finds the corner. And what a huge goal that could be for Ipswich Town. Thompson as she goes alone. She wins. Ashley Clifford. Thomas follows home. Oh, that's brilliant. Sensational goal for Ipswich Town. And Ipswich against all the odds.
Just like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
When we started this, did we ever think we'd have a partnership with a football club? Absolutely not. This is beyond our wildest dreams. We pretty much exclusively hire graduates at Halo. We're very proud of our Suffolk roots. Halo's a pretty passionate, positive, enthusiastic place generally, but when you've also got what's going on at the football club, and it's just ending passion and enthusiasm.
Good afternoon and welcome to Portman Road for Ipswich Town's third annual visit to Portman Road for the Women's Super League 2, and it is probably their most important game of the season at home to Southampton. You'd argue Southampton's season is all but finished after they can't reach the playoffs, but Ipswich season is far from over. 2 games in hand on Portsmouth, who occupy bottom spot. A win here for Ipswich Town would do them the world of good. And as the players face what seems to be a record crowd here at Portman Road, we'll run you through the lineups one more time before we get underway here at Portman Road. Ipswich make 5 changes from the 1-0 loss at the 2-0 loss at Nottingham Forest, with Maria Boswell captaining the side for the second time since becoming Ipswich Town captain back last summer. Leah Mitchell also returns to the side, and Princess Adamili features as well after scoring her first goal in Ipswich Town colours mid-March against Durham in a 2-1 win. As for Southampton, they only make 1 change from their 0-0 draw against Durham, with Abigail Ferguson coming in instead of star player Ellie Brazil, who doesn't even feature on the bench for the Saints. Among the bench for Ipswich Town is Natasha Thomas, eyeing up goal number 175. At the minute, she is currently 4th in the all-time goal scorers for Ipswich Town for both men and women's football. Joining me for this afternoon is Ian Westlake. Ian, you're looking forward to today?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's a great occasion. Brilliant that so many fans have turned up for it. And I'm excited to watch them play. I went and watched them a few times at the beginning of the season, and then I've watched since Wrighty's took over. He's done a fantastic job. I've seen all the games. They stream them on YouTube, and he's really gone about fixing this back four. He's got a really tight defence, and he plays on the counter-attack. They're exciting to watch, and I'm looking forward to it. What a great day.
As Ian mentions there, since David Wright's appointment, Ipswich have been 6 games unbeaten in unbeaten in the previous 5 before they lost 2-0 to Nottingham Forest, and he currently has the longest interim spell as Ipswich manager in either men's or women's football, eclipsing Cyril Lee's spell as manager of the first team for 49 days after Bill McGarry left in 1968 to join Wolves, and afterwards the late Bobby Robson joined. And as Dave Van screams out Blue Army to this crowd here at Portman Road, Ipswich in a pre-match huddle, so is Southampton. But this will be a big game for Southampton. As I say, it does look like promotion is slipping away from them, with the WSL2's playoff being third. They're 7 points off with 5 games to go. So unless Newcastle and Bristol City, who have a better favour in reaching that promotion playoff, unless they hope the Newcastle and Bristol City slip up, then this season is pretty much all over for Southampton. However, for Ipswich, 2 games in hand on Portsmouth. Portsmouth plays Sheffield United at the same time this game happens as well. So Ipswich will be hoping Sheffield United can get a win, just so they can increase that gap onto Portsmouth. Westy, have you got a score prediction?
I'm going to say 2-1 to us.
2-1 to us. I'll join you with that. I'll join you.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I was driving in today and I saw like a dad and a daughter just walking down the street. It's just so nice to see. Like a few years ago, it's been the 3rd year we're doing it. A few years ago, there just wasn't this spectacle for the girls' game or the women's game, and it's just fantastic. Like, I've got a daughter who plays. Like, I love that I share football with her. It's just not a thing that was done, and now they get to be part of a team. They experience everything that they should. I just love being here. I love that Ipswich support it so well. I love the fans turning out, the fireworks, the pyrotechnics before the game. They do everything right. They're doing this really well, and now we just need a performance, don't we? Let's go out there and get those 3 points, move us away from that relegation.
So I believe it will be Ipswich to get us underway. Lucy Ashford-Clifford over the ball at the minute. So we'll be Ipswich to get us underway here. And we are underway. Ashford-Clifford plays it back to Paige Peake, who sends the ball long, aiming for Sophie Peskett. And that works back into the midfield. Peskett, nice little 1-2 here. Ipswich already starting brilliantly. Kit Graham, who was given the captain's armband in the last game against Nottingham Forest, has previously played at Wembley with Spurs in the 2024 FA Cup final. As Peake and Negri exchange nice little 1-2 phase there. And it works back to Kit Graham in the midfield for Ipswich. She sends a long ball into Princess, and this could be the dream start. There's a chance here for Ipswich. It's Peskett who's retained it. Peskett goes past the post agonisingly wide.
It's unbelievable. It's a red card, right? It's brilliant play from Ipswich. Ball up to Kit Graham. Slips in Princess, who's made a brilliant run. And then she lets it play on the referee because Peskett's through and she has a chance on goal. But the defender's just pulled down Princess Adam Malay. And it's definitely a red card. It's bizarre. She's just played on and not come back and punished it.
No VAR in the WSL2, unfortunately. But Ipswich nearly having the dream start in the opening minute here. As Fran Stenson sends it up. Made a phenomenal save in Southampton's last game against Durham. And 8 minutes into injury time, full stretched over the crossbar. She's had moves at WSL giants like Manchester City and Arsenal, before spells at Birmingham as well. But for Ipswich, Westy, this is a big game in terms of the experience that Southampton pose.
Yeah, it's just a massive game, isn't it? A chance to play at Portman Road, but what a brilliant start. Really big opportunity already for Peskett, and we look really competitive. Everything that's dropping in midfield, we're on to.
Back in Southampton's favour now with Michaela McCloney. Plays it across to Mary Bashford, who did score a brace against Ipswich in the opening game of this season. Ball works over to this right-hand side for Abigail Ferguson. The singular change made, and the ball works across, and Southampton have taken the lead here at Portman Road. Believe it was Mary Bashford who got onto the end of that. And Ipswich, from nearly going 1-0 up on one end of the pitch, find themselves 1-0 down at the other. It's Ipswich 0, Southampton 1.
That's good play from Southampton. Right winger really does well. Ferguson skips past Rowe, puts a brilliant ball in, and they make the first contact. It's a bit of a scramble, and then they end up just poking it through some legs. Nothing that Negri could have done about it. Just a bit of a scramble in the box, pokes it through Negri's legs. Great skill from Ferguson on this right-hand side, though. Did really well to skip past Rowe. Well, we said 2-1, so that's the one done. Just 2 for us to get now.
So Ipswich to get back underway. Ashworth Clifford once again over kickoff. Once again, she will go to Paige Peake. Peake sends it long. Princess tried to win the header on. Sent up into the air by Kit Graham. Cleared away by Southampton. Chance once more for Southampton. Ball works into midfield. Amy Palmer, number 66, in what seems to be a 4-1-4-1 formation for Southampton.
Yeah, Ipswich being really patient now, just sitting in the mid-block, happy for Southampton to pass the ball around their back four, just waiting for them to play forward where they'll jump and try and win it. Just like that from Paige Peake. Brilliant play.
So obviously, as it stands at the minute, with Portsmouth and Sheffield United's game underway, and that currently being 0-0, it does currently put Ipswich bottom of the league, but they do have those 2 games in hand still on Portsmouth. But as me and Westy's prediction, we hope Ipswich can turn it around, and they might have a chance to here. Kit Graham plays it once more to Princess, who's been at the heart of attacks since joining in January from Gotham FC on a loan deal until December 2026. Ball comes off of the Southampton, and they clear it away before it was going out for a corner.
Yeah, you can see already, every time it goes into Kit Graham's feet, something's going to happen. She gets in that little pocket as a 10. That time rolls it out to the left-hand side, but she's a brilliant start.
Yet to get a goal or assist for Ipswich in 5 appearances in the league. However, she, as I say, is a woman with a lot of experience. She made 88 appearances for Tottenham. She was also the first woman to score at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in a 1-0 win over Blackburn. So the ball works over to Colette Kavanagh. Pinballing around is now outside for Leah Mitchell. Should play it up against Atlanta Primer. So I understand you've played up against her dad, Westy.
Yeah, she's she's not quite the same build. She's very tall, she's very strong looking, but he was an absolute beast of a man. He was a big centre half, and yeah, this is a 50-50. It'd be one of those where I'd arrive a little bit late and just jump out the way, because there wasn't going to be much left of me if he hit me. He was a good player, had a great career, most of the time at Portsmouth. Yeah, good player.
So it is a free kick to Ipswich. Paige Peake over it. She is a dead ball specialist. 3 goals for Ipswich this season. She's scored 1 from the penalty spot. 4 players roaming at the back stick for Ipswich. Peake sends in the delivery. It's up towards Princess, and that's headed out only as far as Graham, who knocks it down to Kavanagh. Mitchell now under possession of it. Plays it back to Maria Boswell. Peake turns over to the left now. Ashraf Clifford. Good footwork allows her to win a throw in there.
Yeah, it's good from Ipswich, really patient. They put the free kick in, ball gets cleared, they just keep possession, recycle it along the back line, work it out to Ashford Clifford, tries to beat the fullback 1v1, doesn't quite do it.
She was one of Ipswich's January signings. She on a permanent deal from Lazio in the Serie A Femini in Italy. She also previously represented Celtic, winning the Scottish Cup and the league title. And she, as well as Princess, did get her first goal in Ipswich Town colours in that 2-1 win over Durham earlier this month.
Yeah, it was an incredible January transfer window. I think 9 players came in. It was lots of business done, and brilliant business, because they had a run of 5 games where they didn't lose one, which was excellent.
And you can see already, West, the experience that does come from players like Kit Graham, Colette Kavanagh, a lot of Ashraf Clifford, a lot of European experience in there as well.
Yeah, experience always helps, especially in a high-pressure situation when you're fighting at the bottom of the table.
Works out to Peskett here. Ball doesn't work out for her to Princess on the right-hand side. Now Southampton look to recycle possession now.
Yeah, Southampton keeping 3 really, really high up the pitch, palminating things together with 2 in midfield. It's more of a 4-3-3 than we anticipated, like the 4-1-4-1 we thought they might play.
Beth Rowe just gets in front of it, but it'll work out for Southampton. That's good defensive awareness from Leah Mitchell to block the initial pass, and the second one is headed away by Boswell. Mitchell once more getting into the thick of it here. Ball once more onto this right-hand side of Abigail Ferguson, and she's played a ball across to Mary Bashford, but Bashford can't keep it in, and the linesman's flag does go up on this near side.
Yeah, Ferguson looks the danger, doesn't she? Keeps getting good positions out on this right-hand side. First time she beat the fullback for pace. This time she waits and plays a really clever run inside fullback and centre half. Just running out of play, but got to keep an eye on this right-hand side. She looks really useful.
Ferguson signed in the summer from Hibernian, where she had won the Scottish Women's Premier League with 4 goals and 5 assists in that season. She's also a Scottish Youth International. Megan Wearing on the bench for Ipswich, has recently been called up for the Scotland under-23s fixtures against Spain next month, as well as Kenzie Weir, who makes her full Ipswich debut this afternoon. Ball works out onto the Southampton left now, in front of their travelling support, up against Boswell. That's good work from Boswell. Ball stays in play, and that's brilliant work from Ipswich and Maria Boswell in particular to not only prevent a corner but to gain back possession for Ipswich.
Yeah, great stuff from Bos. 1v1 defending, getting the better of her man and winning the throw-in. She's not only an excellent footballer, but brilliant ambassador for the club. She does a lot of work with the community. Always see her with the outreach stuff. She's just fantastic. Good captain.
Boswell throws it in now. Header was tried to be knocked on there by Kit Graham, but in turn it has resulted in a Southampton throw-in. Sun up here, and Paige Peake once more sends out a play. Paige Peake, a former Southampton player herself. She left Ipswich, part of the youth setup. She left that in 2022 to join Southampton, who were then an established WSL 2 side. Back then it was called the Championship. She joined back in last summer. He's made 63 appearances for Southampton. As the ball goes long, tried to be cleared away there by Kenzie Weir, and the ball works back into the gloves of Natalia Negri. Only one clean sheet so far for Ipswich women this season. However, she does have 2 Save of the Month awards, most recently last month. And she previously has had success in this league. She won the WSL2, as I say, back when it was the championship with Crystal Palace the season before she joined Ipswich. So there is a lot of experience amongst Ipswich as well that they picked up as a multitude of signings in January, as Westy mentioned earlier. Southampton here with another chance. Amy Palmer does it across. Beth Farrar up against the danger in Abigail Ferguson as that ball ricochets off. She appears to be limping there slightly.
Yeah, it's all down the right-hand side, isn't it, for Southampton? They look good. They play in little pockets. One of them drops in. They try and rotate out to Ferguson, who is what looks like the most dangerous player on the pitch at this time. Losing a little bit. We haven't got into Kit Graham or Princess like we were in the first 5 minutes. Need to get the ball into our strikers.
Ball just pinballing around right in front of us here in the commentary box as that works out to Princess. Is still pinballing around, claims of handball. Nothing given from the referee. Throw in to be taken by Southampton, to be taken by Megan Collett. Southampton through and through. She made her senior debut at just 16 for Southampton. She signed her first pro contract at 18 and then from there on out became a first-team regular. And a milestone in her Southampton career so far was scoring in her first South Coast derby and beating Portsmouth 5-0 at Fratton Park, and then 2 weeks later getting a goal against them again in the League Cup. And across from her is Amy Goddard, who'd also scored against Ipswich this season in that 4-0 win in the opening game of this season, as Primus here looks to start a counter-attack. It's good work there from Ipswich, but referee seeing that as a foul.
Yeah, slightly unfortunate. We're going really tight with the centre forward. Looks like she gets a little bit of the ball as it bounces back into midfield, but the referee gives a soft free kick and Ipswich have to retreat. Ipswich just struggling a little bit with possession. They like to sit in and counter on teams, but when we do win the ball back at the moment, it's that first pass has to stick and then everything can build off that. And at the moment, we haven't quite found anything into Kavanagh or Mitchell. So we can find it into our midfield and then start playing. I think we'll build on it.
Tara Bourne over the free kick, sent long, headed up by Primus, and that will go up for an Ipswich Town goal kick.
Yeah, I think it was Rowe, never beating Primus in the air, not nowhere near as tall, but really clever, just edges her underneath the ball. Not enough to be a free kick, just enough that she has a bad header, floats out of play, and Ipswich back in possession. It's a really windy day today. I think Ipswich playing against the wind this first half, and it's finding it hard to get out of our half at the minute.
Negri to get us back underway with the goal kick. Puts both arms up into the air and sends it long. Mitchell tried to win the header on, and it doesn't work out kindly, but that's good from Peake to head it back into the gloves of Negri. And she'll try and loop it over the top of Abigail Ferguson, but it doesn't work out, and it's picked up once by Amy Palmer. Now Primus. Across to Ferguson once more. Megan Collett sends in the cross. It was a low one, and it's not dealt properly by Ipswich. Beth Rowe tried to get on to the end of that clearance, and it peters out. Heavy touch from Ashford Clifford, and it's a throw into Southampton in a dangerous area. Megan Collett will deliver it. Throws it in now. It goes all the way through and had to be cleared away there by Kenzie Weir. Touchdown by Palmer. Now Primus. Ball still working out. Player goes down. It's a deflection on the shot, but into the gloves of Natalia Negri.
Yeah, more competitive play on the edge of our box. People diving in for tackles, getting blocks in. Really standing strong. Not any more shots on target. We try and get the ball down. We're just playing out from the back now. I wonder if we can build from here.
So after this game, Ipswich only 4 more games left of the WSL2 season. And there's a chance here for Ipswich. Ashworth Clifford goes up. Princess had stayed down. Referee is just quickly checking up on her. And Princess straight into the physical battles after getting back up onto the pitch. Poor pass here, and it's worked into Southampton's favour. Picked up by Michaela McCloney. Peskett wrestling Amy Palmer for the ball there.
Yeah, just thought it was a chance, didn't we? Princess winning a brilliant header, flicking on Ashworth Clifford, just on the shoulder, trying to get in behind, and doesn't quite reach it before the defender. Southampton playing quite high, so just one direct ball seems to beat them twice. Both our chances have come from just balls over the top.
Poor from Southampton in terms of playing out from the back, picked up by Kavanagh. Looks to set Peskett on her way, which she does, but the pass just wide of the 2-time Southern Premier Division Player of the Year, but she'll get the ball now. Peskett looking to dribble on the inside. Her pass to Princess was cut out there by Jess Simpson. And a free kick given against Ipswich. There it seems that Kit Graham, or Colette Kavanagh rather, a bit too forceful for the referee's liking.
Yeah, super soft, really soft one. Just sort of ran across her, used her body, was a bit stronger, and the referee gives a very generous free kick, shall we say.
She was Ipswich's first signing of the January transfer window. She joined on a permanent deal from Liga F side Deportivo de La Coruña. She also brings Champions League experience, having previously played for Celtic. She got a wonderful goal on her debut in the competition.
Yeah, tenacious midfielder, loves to get a tackle in, loves to win the ball back, and just then give it quite simple. A little bit of a Sam Morsey throwback, if you're referencing the men's game.
Works out here for Southampton once more. That pass from Palmer worked out in its favour, but now Princess against the ball. Princess looks to win her strength over. She's having her shirt pulled, and it's worked out to Peskett. Can Ipswich find an equaliser here? Peskett inside the box. Now it comes out onto this outside the box, and it's just wide. I believe it's a brilliant block. I want to say from Atlanta Primus.
Princess Adama Malay, wow, such strength, holds it up, really does well, linked with Peskett. Peskett drives down the right wing, and she pulls a brilliant ball back, missing out the defenders to Kit Graham. And you think, just hit it. And Primus from nowhere slides across, gets the block in. Great football from Ipswich, so unfortunate not to get the equaliser.
Beth Ann Rowe to deliver this corner then for Ipswich. 18 minutes gone, Ipswich Town 0, Southampton 1. That goal coming in the opening 2 minutes. Chance at the back stick, it's peak and it's blocked! Off the line it seems, and it's still there. It's another save. Fran Stenson getting onto the end of that there. Goal kick to Southampton in the end.
That's incredible. Brilliant defending from Southampton, you have to say. Throwing bodies on the line, the ball comes in, the header's goalwards, and it looks like it's going in, and two of them dying for the cause. I think clash heads as they manage to clear it off the line. It's a deflection from Paige Peake. Two of them smashed together, but all they want to do is keep the ball out. Header comes back in from Mitchell, and a great save from the goalkeeper. Ipswich piling on the pressure, great play.
It just seems, that, as you say, Wesley, the counter-attack from Ipswich seems to be their bread and butter. Fran Stenson's to get us back underway.
Yeah, the team it's set up for, isn't it? A striker who can hold the ball up. Kit Graham's little skills and passes that can get you through, and real pace with Peskett and Ashworth Clifford on the left-hand side.
Beth Ann Rowe clears it out of danger. Picked up once more by Southampton, but the ball goes all the way to Natalia Negri. Assesses her options.
I was lucky enough to come last year when we were obviously in the third tier. And I tell you now, the standard of football has improved so much. This league is a really tough league, and it's just doing well to be where they are.
And there's a chance here for Amy Palmer. She was a pole pass from Natalia Negri out, and Amy Palmer trying her luck from distance, but nevertheless it doesn't faze Negri, and will be out for an Ipswich goal kick.
Yeah, Negri off her line. What, all of 45 yards, would you say? Palmer just thinks she's going to just clip it over her head. The technique's good, the right flight on the ball, just dragging it to the left-hand side.
She is a two-time title winner of the WSL2 with Manchester United and Bristol City, where she started her career.
Yeah, she's been really tidy today.
Kenzie Weir sends that further up, touchdown by Mitchell, but once more it works out to Southampton. Primus, I believe that was Primus and Tegan McGowan on that far side, just collided there, but just pinballing around once more, picked up by Kit Graham. Now that strength once more of Princesses on display, and Beth Ann Rowe and Abigail Ferguson just chasing down a loose ball. Beth Ann Rowe playing out for a throw-in.
Yeah, again, they come down the right-hand side, don't they? Try and release Ferguson. Rowe matches her this time, concedes the throw. No chances taken. Brilliant to see so many fans, isn't it? So many families here watching, supporting the Ipswich team.
Megan Collett takes this in, and it's Amy Palmer now. Amy Palmer with a touch away, and that's cleared away brilliantly by Peskett. The ball comes off the top of Princess's head, and it will bounce in favour of Southampton. Palmer tries to go onto the left-hand side now for Southampton. Back in towards Amy Palmer, and across to Atlanta Primus. Once more in the centre circle with Tara Bourne. And it comes out once more to Abigail Ferguson. Looks to cut inside, looks to take Beth Rowe on. Palmer now back across onto that right-hand side for Megan Collett this time. Lifted over the top by McCloney. Played into the middle by Southampton, but Leah Mitchell brilliantly got there first. And now the speed of Princess once more. I don't think she'll be able to keep it in play, and she won't. Wrestling against Amy Goddard for the ball there.
Yeah, similar to the first goal, wasn't it? They combined really nicely down this right-hand side. A little pullback. Leah Mitchell spotting the danger, stepping in, winning the ball. And then just trying to release Princess down this left-hand side. I think if it stays in play with her pace, she's going to really cause those two centre-halves problems.
Simon Parker, the Southampton manager, just giving a couple of instructions outside of his touchline.
He's been double lively, hasn't he, down there? I've heard him the whole game, shouting, moving along, whereas we've got a very calm David Wright. Just watching, giving little gems of information when needed.
This is his second spell in Southampton. His first spell in Southampton was beyond successful. He won the league and cup double in his first season. He had a win rate of 89% before he moved over to Lewis in 2018, initially as assistant to Franz Alonso before he left for Celtic, in which point Simon Parker then became the manager of Lewis and was sacked in 2021. He then had a spell out in Portugal before moving to Blackburn. But after Blackburn's decision last season to pull out of the WSL2 to seek a place in the fourth tier, Parker left and rejoined Southampton a week later.
I hope he doesn't have kids, because they must have gone through a few schools.
Primus on this left-hand side. Goes across to Tegan McGowan, but that's cleared away by Sophie Peskett.
Yeah, and if there are any young players here watching, Peskett, who is a flying right winger, right, just doing her defensive duty, tracking the fullback all the way into her own 18-yard box and clearing it for a throw. Great work from Pesk.
She will be an inspiration to a lot of young girls that do support Ipswich. She was the first ever female footballer to sign a professional deal here at Ipswich Town. And as I mentioned, she has been the Southern Premier Division Player of the Year twice in a row. She scored 35 goals and notched up 28 assists in 2 seasons. As the ball goes just long from Southampton, it's worked out, and it's not fully cleared, and the shot from McEwen just outside the edge of the 6-yard box goes over the top of Negri's goal.
Yeah, nervous. This time they go long, and Weir wins the initial contact. It's a really good first header, but the ball drops, and we need to make second contact and clear it, and we don't. It sort of drops down into the middle of our box, and it's a rather a scramble. Unfortunately for Southampton, she's leaning back with the shot and skies it over the crossbar. Ipswich trying their luck. They've been kicking down the right. They're going to try and kick this one down the left-hand side.
Which Negri does. It doesn't work out, and that's picked up by Primus. Primus with a lot of space to run into. Nevertheless, she'll go back to Michaela McGlone. Picked up now by Amy Goddard. Touchdown now onto this right-hand side for Megan Collett, and it's worked out once more for Southampton. Michaela McCloney. And once more, that skill of Abigail Ferguson. She's brought down there by Beth Rowe. Easy decision for the referee to give there, just a simple collision between the two.
She's good, isn't she, Ferguson? Doing really well for Southampton down this right-hand side. She's gone on the outside a couple of times, outside for the goal. This time she spins inside. Brilliant bit of skill, and like you say, definitely a foul. It's actually quite a good one. She sort of kicks her around the knees as well, not to get a yellow card.
So Jess Simpson and Tara Bourne over this.
Just wonder if there's some sort of routine here, because they've got, I think, Palmer on the right wing.
They do send in the free kick. Palmer wasn't used on the edge of the right-hand side, which would surprise you given the physical strength she's already disposed of in this first half. Ipswich Town throw in. Just in
Great
front
ball
of
in, wasn't it? Really
Great
whipped in with pace, and Negri does really well. Gets to it, double fist, punches it away.
Boswell throws it into Kit Graham. Picked up now by Peskett. Now it'll be a throw-in for Ipswich to be taken by Maria Boswell.
Yeah, Ipswich definitely a counter-attacking team. Don't seem to build too much possession, do they? And they look dangerous when Southampton have the ball at times.
Princess headed it on there, and she'll do it once more. Tara Bourne there, and it's good work here from Peskett. And Peskett plays it across, and it's an equaliser for Ipswich Town! She couldn't miss. It was easier to score than to miss. But Ipswich won't mind. It's an equaliser, and it's come 27 minutes in. It's Ipswich Town 1, Southampton 1, and you'd have to say, Ian Westlake, it has been deserved.
It's definitely deserved, and it's Peskett. Just her persistence. She pounces on the loose ball, skips past a player, and you're thinking, is she going to shoot? And it's so unselfish. She just takes her time and puts it on her plate for her teammate. And Ashworth Clifford, with the easiest of finishes, just rolls it into the empty net. Fantastic stuff.
Make that assist number 5 for Sophie Peskett this season. The jump up in football has been there for all to see, but Peskett still managing to get contributions with goals. Southampton send up their restart. Ashworth Clifford, the goal scorer, back on action. She'll play it into Kit Graham. Graham was looking for a long ball from Princess. She'll play it across the floor now. We've gone back to Graham. Graham will go across to Ashworth Clifford. Could you get 2 goals in a minute? Ashworth Clifford. He'll go out for a corner. I think that's Tara Bourne there. She had to make that challenge, otherwise Ashworth Clifford would have played another ball in where Princess and Peskett were waiting.
Yeah, just Kit Graham, just being Kit Graham. It's so good. She just takes her time, plays a couple of passes, and then slides a wonderful ball down the left-hand channel. Ashworth Clifford, I wonder if she could have just really made an effort just to nick the ball away and take the penalty. In the end, it's a good tackle, concede a corner. Really threatened from the last corner, didn't we? Can we put this right in the danger area again? What about Weir on her debut for a big header? What do you think?
Beth Ann Rowe over this corner then for Ipswich. Sends it in. It does go to the back stick. It just hits the top of the goal.
Yeah, top of the net, wasn't it? Good ball, but just think too much whip on it. Ends up whipping it in play and then back out on top of the goal, and danger gone. Wonder if we can just really turn it on for the last 15 minutes. Crowds up. Ipswich look on the front foot.
They have definitely improved since falling behind very early on.
They weren't doing too badly. It was only 2 minutes and they nearly scored. But yeah, I know what you mean. They've grown into this one. The last 10 minutes has been the best.
Peake sends the header up. Good work there from Graham to send it into Kavanagh. That's good work there from Princess. And it works out to Peskett. Peskett, good chance in the midfield. Peskett, good skill. Peskett's shot is blocked by Princess. You'd like to think Stenson might have got a glove onto it. She did dive down to her left just in case.
Yeah, Ipswich starting to enjoy the big occasion, aren't they? Peskett chopping the defender left, chopping them right, then smashing it from the edge of the box. Brilliant block. Ipswich again on the front foot, really good stuff. All coming when the ball goes up to Princess, it sticks, doesn't it? And then everyone can link off of it. He's been terrific this first half.
As I say, she's already made an impact since signing on loan from Gotham FC, which are the NWSL, the American version of their top flight women's football league. loan ends of December of this year. She was born in Gravesend.
Yeah, and plays for the England under-20s. She's a talented player. Talented player. We're really lucky to have her here.
Went through various age groups at West Ham. Then manager Paul Konchesky actually suggested that she started with the first team. And then she had various loan spells. She made 19 appearances for the Hammers as the ball works out kindly to Southampton, but that's easy for Negri to deal with.
Yeah, Southampton going down the left this time. They got a bit lucky. It looked like Boswell had won the tackle. It sort of bobbles back to the player. She cuts inside, and it's a very tame shot on her right foot.
Kenzie Weir under possession of the ball now. She dribbles outside the 18-yard box, plays it into Kavanagh. That's good work there from Kavanagh. In front of Princess, and it's brilliant work from Princess. She just manages to hold up the play very strongly for Ipswich in terms of the transitional play from the midfield to attack Westy.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. That time the centre-half actually won that battle, but so far so good. As they come down the right-hand side again.
Michaela McCloney goes back into the centre as the sunshine comes out in all its glory here at Portman Road. Ball works over to Tegan McCowan on that left-hand side, up against Maria Boswell. The cross goes in, and it is a goal kick. It looked maybe that it might have been a corner for Southampton, but nevertheless, linesman's decision is a goal kick.
Yeah, it was good play, wasn't it? This time, dumbing on the outside, cuts in, whips a really dangerous ball, and it's Weir who just doesn't actually get to the ball first, but gets enough of a body on the defender to put her off the header. Weir does look a very physical centre-half, doesn't she?
You can see why she, as I say earlier, she, along with Megan Weir, has been called up to Scotland's under-23s fixtures next month in Spain. The ball goes up from Negri.
And similar to Primus, another player with a dad who played, and David Weir.
Throw into Southampton. On the left-hand side, well, Southampton's right-hand side. Thrown in. Good work there from Leah Mitchell to block the pass, and it'll be another throw into Southampton. No yardage gained from an Ipswich perspective.
That's why Leah's back in midfield. She breaks things up. She makes tackles. She's solid in there. Getting there, closing down quickly and winning it back.
Mitchell sends it up once more. Headed on by Kit Graham. Good work again from Princess. The strength on display. Works out kindly to Southampton. McEwen tries to come across onto the Southampton right, but the ball bobbles all the way through to Ipswich Town's number one.
Yeah, again, McEwen coming inside, trying to play the ball down the right-hand side to Ferguson, but rather forcing it that time. Ipswich had good numbers back, and they give the ball away.
Mitchell. Kenzie Weir, and that's straight to Abigail Ferguson. That's great work from Kenzie Weir. She's managing to hold off Mary Bashford, still with Bashford, and she goes down. Kavanagh, the one to bring her down. And there's a chance here. She plays it into Princess. It's a good touch from Princess, away from Amy Goddard. Still Princess, her shot's blocked. And it's just waiting for Stenson. I think it was Tara Bourne who just spotted the ball was going to spin back into the gloves of Fran Stenson. But once again, another dangerous counter-attack from Ipswich. And once again, you can see just the pure skill that Princess displays at such a young age, at just 19 years. Ball goes over to the Southampton left, but brilliantly dealt with by Paige Peake and picked up once more in the midfield by Leah Mitchell. First time pass in from Kit Graham. Sophie Peskett once more. Can she get 2 assists to her name in the first half? Peskett still front, but I believe Princess was just in an offside position there. And Stenson picks it up.
She went earlier and hoping Peskett would play it. Once she didn't, she was always going to be off, and maybe Peskett could have just continued by herself. But Princess having a brilliant first half. That previous bit, if you're a young centre forward, she runs away, she checks back and gets it to feet, takes the centre half away, scared of their pace. Then when she gets it to feet, she drives 20 yards with the ball and then lets it rip from the edge of the box. Well defended in the end with a block, but doing everything right. Movement going beyond, movement coming to feet, linking the play. It's been a real 35 minutes masterclass from Princess.
And there will be good news in terms of Ipswich. for the other games. Sheffield United have taken the lead against Portsmouth, so it's a current another point here as Princess just tries to get onto the end of it there. Ball went into the 6-yard area, had to be cleared away by Southampton, and it's a chance here for them to counter-attack as well here. Tegan McGowan on this right-hand side, she'll go across, touched infield by Southampton. They've got bodies back now, Ipswich. Work out to Palmer. Palmer drilled pass in. Too much of a heavy touch there from Mary Bashford, who brings down Colette Kavanagh.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff, wasn't it? It was Ashworth Clifford, just made herself a yard. Doesn't always need to beat a man, just whips it in across the 6-yard box. It was a brilliant ball, no one could get the touch. And then they're away with McEwen down the left-hand side, beats Peskett with a great bit of skill. And then Ipswich, I tell you, the recovery speed's brilliant. They had 9 behind the ball quickly, defended it well, and ended up winning a free kick.
So with Portsmouth losing at Bramall Lane, that does create a point buffer between Ipswich and Portsmouth. Only one team goes down in the WSL2 this season. Ball sent long, but Tara Bourne got there first, and it's now on the Southampton left once more. Maria Boswell brilliantly intercepts that and gives it to Princess. Princess just shielding away the Southampton players away from the ball, and it works out to Peskett. Peskett's pass intercepted there by Primus, and it works out to Kit Graham. Graham across the page, Peak. Kenzie Weir once more. Ashworth Clifford just wrestling once more. Mary Bashford with the ball. Bashford goes down. Long ball from Graham. Beth Rowe hasn't got the legs to run onto it, and it'll go back to Fran Stenson. Wearing fluorescent orange for Southampton today.
Yeah, Kit Graham again pulling the strings. Every time we get the ball into her, she looks for a forward pass. This time she overhits it, but the intention's right. A very clever footballer with great ability. Her teammates seem to run when she has the ball, knowing that she can find them.
And this won't be the last stadium Ipswich play at this season. Obviously, majority of their home games at Colchester, but their next away game is at Selhurst Park, where they do take on Crystal Palace. Touchdown by Primus now. Primus up against Peskett. She's got to be careful here to spread out the play, which she tries to, but Bethan Rowe gets onto the end of it before playing it back to Natalia Negri in her 6-yard box.
Yeah, Rowe doing well now at left back. Had a tough start, found it difficult up against Ferguson, but now positioning spot on, intercepts that one and sets Ipswich playing out from the back.
She has been proclaimed as one of the signings of the season from Ipswich Town, signed from the current league leaders Charlton in the summer. She has now playing at the natural role at left back. She was in holding midfield in the early half of the season due to injuries sustained elsewhere on the pitch. She played for the legendary Hope Powell at Brighton. And over 100 appearances at Charlton, has represented England at under 18 and under 19 level. She's on the ball now. She play it into Paige Peak in the centre circle. Peak under control of it now, and her pass just wayward of Leah Mitchell, picked up by Primus. Primus looks to turn back to her own goal, picked up by Princess, but free kick given there. Seemed a bit of a soft one there, but nevertheless a free kick to Southampton.
It was actually really good feet from Primus. Little Iniesta move, and Kit Graham does leave a bit on her. Not much on it, but there was probably a foul. Ref gets it right. It's just now, look, when we're organised, we look solid, don't we? Back four in place, 5 midfielders.
Onto that Southampton left, and that will be Southampton's first corner of this afternoon's game.
Yeah, they're a big physical side. They're going to be a threat. Certainly Amy Goddard is a towering figure. Palmer's big. I'm sure they'll load the box. But it's just not a small side. Leah Mitchell, Weir, Paige Peak. Certainly be a competitive penalty box this when this ball comes in.
Weir and Peak occupying the middle of the 6-yard box. Corner goes in. It's gone all the way through and onto the goal line by Negri. The run from Ashworth Clifford, which Negri spotted. Headed up by Megan Collett. Jess Simpson now under possession. She'll go all the way back to Fran Stenson.
It was a good take, wasn't it, to call the pressure off. Negri coming, catching the corner, then trying to release Ashworth Clifford quickly. Doesn't quite get enough on the kick. And it's easily defended.
It's been good work from Negri in terms of distributing it quickly out of her gloves and looking to spark a counter-attack, which Ipswich have been trying to do all first half, as they try and spark another one here. Graham goes down. Fair challenge made by Primus, and that's an even better challenge made by Colette Kavanagh and picked up by Peskett in the midfield. Peskett running towards the right-hand side. Up against Palmer. Peskett plays it across, touched in by Princess. Princess goes down. Referee says that she won the ball. Both players have stayed down. Beth Rowe gets onto the end of it. Rowe, Mitchell into Peskett. Peskett goes down and a free kick this time to Ipswich.
Oh, it nearly opened up, didn't it? Just ball zipped into Princess. I don't know, it's very tight in there. Could she get something away first time, or could she get a body across? But it's well defended in the end. And it looks like, I think it's Goddard's come away injured from that tackle as the ref waves on the physios. But then we retained possession, built again, and we win another free kick. What, maybe 30 yards out, maybe 28 yards out. And they're already in discussion about who's gonna smash one in at Portman Road.
Well, Paige Peake is the dead ball specialist at the club.
Yeah, Kavanagh looks really keen, I think. Ashworth Clifford, very good set piece taker as well. Still trying to figure out this swirling wind, whether the wind's actually going to be helping or against us. The ref's having a nightmare, waved them back about... The ref pulled it back and said it's about 5 yards further back than it is.
Golden opportunity
Peskett
at the
is...
other end.
Peskett probably sitting at the right hand. Well, yeah, Peskett's probably standing whereabouts the free kick was committed, I'd say.
Yeah, very strange. Refs pulled it back a long way back. So it doesn't look like Kavanagh's lost interest in it as she spots the ball and, and she's going to take her steps.
I don't think Paige Peake will mind.
No one's going to mind if it flies in the back of the net.
So, can Ipswich find an absolute screamer from this free kick with so little time of the first half to be played?
Yeah, Paige Peake now taking interest.
Stenson covering majority of the middle of the goal, but it does suit more to Peake. But nevertheless, it will be Graham to strike, and it's just over the top of the right-hand side of the goal. Slaps her hands together. She knows that was a chance that's gone by. But with the wind, it doesn't really help with the speed of the ball.
Yeah, I don't think her best effort. I think she'll be a little disappointed. She went to curl it, but gets too much on it, and it sort of loops over the goal.
So, Fran Stenson to get us back underway. Does seem like the short option will be played.
No, they're just taking their time, Southampton. They were wanting to get Goddard back on the pitch, and now they're at full strength.
Here we go, send long, one by Peake. Ball works over to Princess onto the right-hand side. Touched and given to Peskett. Peskett touches it away from Collett.
Oh, Pesk. She did all the hard bit, didn't she? Great bit of skill, tricks the defender, and then sees the overlap of Boswell. Just overhits the pass and out for a throw into Southampton. Great skill. She's been really lively first half, hasn't she, Pesk?
Very, very lively, and obviously has currently got an assist to her name. 5 goals, well, 5 assists this season on top of 3 goals. Throwing in from Southampton. And we're hearing there'll be 2 minutes of time added on. Natalia Negri currently possessing over the top of the football. Sends it up. Works out for Princess. Princess chases onto the loose ball. Good work from Princess. Step overs. Princess's shot is blocked. Goes over the top of Maria Boswell. Boswell will go down the right-hand side though. That's good work from Ipswich Town's captain. Cross in from Boswell, headed out. And it works out to Mitchell. Mitchell wrestling for the ball against Primus. Kavanagh's shot straight into the gloves of Fran Stenson.
Yeah, it was unlucky. It was a good ball in from Bos. Really well defended. Cleared to the edge of the box. Leah Mitchell with a great tackle. Wins it back. Lays it off to Kavanagh. And she goes for a power, but straight down the throat of the goalkeeper.
And that is confirmed that there will be 2 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half. And you'd have to say, Westy, since Ipswich equalised, it's been all Ipswich, really.
It really has. It's been a great half. Really, I think there was a little bit, maybe 10 minutes after they scored, we conceded possession a bit, but we've really grown into the half. So they have maybe one final attack for Southampton.
Okay, well that is Jess Simpson, cuts into the midfield, blocks off the referee.
The ref just getting bored, wants to get involved, tries to have a touch. It's a really poor touch, and she gives the ball back to Southampton with a drop ball. What was she thinking?
Works back. So maybe it's not the attack that Ian Westlake thought they'd have at the end of this first half. The ball goes long, but that's easily dealt with by Kenzie Weir. Walk goes back onto this right-hand side for Abigail Ferguson. She goes down, and it's a Southampton throw nonetheless. Lucy Ashworth-Clifford not best pleased with that decision from the linesman.
No, a thumping tackle though, wasn't it? Really leaving a bit on Ferguson. Maybe slow her down for the second half, hopefully.
Simpson sends in the throw-in. Works all the way back now to Tara Bourne. Amy Goddard now. Cross to Amy Palmer. Palmer now to send in a low delivery. That's blocked away by Colette Kavanagh. And he once more a throw into Southampton. Jess Simpson over the top of it once more. 30 seconds to play in this first half, and that's a thunderous challenge from Princess. Not sure Abigail Ferguson saw her coming. She just collided with her.
Yeah, poleaxed her. But it looked great, and the fans cheered. But it's really silly. Like we're nearly at half time. They've given them one last chance to whip the ball into our box. Probably didn't need to make that tackle at this stage of the game. And Ipswich with a really deep line. I do wonder what Palmer does on these, standing out on this right-hand side.
Only Ashworth-Clifford over it, and there's a couple of Ipswich fans moaning about them putting the ball past
the vanishing spray.
Vanishing spray. And that free kick from Simpson does go in, but way wide of the mark.
That was awful, wasn't it? What a waste of a free kick, and that'll be the end of the half.
And that is half-time here at Portman Road. So Ipswich did find themselves nearly with the dream start, just Peskett going agonisingly wide of the post. Before then, Southampton went up the other end and scored. Abigail Ferguson, Mary Bashford getting goal number 3 against Ipswich Town this season. Before Sophie Peskett got an assist for Lucy Ashworth-Clifford. 1 of 5 changes made from Ipswich Town for this game, and that has sent this game into half-time as Ipswich Town 1, Southampton 1.
Just like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
When we started this, did we ever think we'd have a partnership with a football club? Absolutely not. This is beyond our wildest dreams. We pretty much exclusively hire graduates at Halo. We're very proud of our Suffolk roots. Halo's a pretty passionate, positive, enthusiastic place generally, but when you've also got what's going on at the football club, and it's just lending passion and enthusiasm.
Half-time, Ipswich Town 1, Southampton 1. Ipswich having to respond after the early goal from Bashford. but heading back to mean that the scores are level. We've got Eva Hubbard with us here for the half-time show. Eva, welcome to Town TV. We've been enjoying the match from the gantry here, and listen, wasn't the start that Town would have wanted, but they've set things straight, and we sort of share the spoils at half-time.
Yeah, so frantic first 5 minutes, obviously chances down both ends, but yeah, a really good half for Ipswich overall, and looking forward to the next one.
Lucy Ashworth-Clifford, of course, levelling the scores. I think it was set up by Pesk, wasn't it, on that right-hand side? And Pesk has been busy, as we know she always is. But I think Town would have been very unlucky to have gone in half-time a goal down. They've looked good for the point so far, and perhaps maybe could have notched ahead. They've had plenty of chances. Princess is being a real nuisance up front as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said to you earlier, I think she's come in and she's been a handful. We've got 5 that have started today that came in January, and it's nice to see the blend of the old and the new, and they finally look like they're clicking and getting together. And yeah, based on obviously league position and bits and pieces, we would expect us to do really well in this game and come away with a good result. So
another massive match in the WSL2 going on at the moment. This is of course half-time. Sheffield United versus Portsmouth. Sheffield United 1 up in that one. And listen, we'll focus on what Ipswich are able to do today, but equally you can't look away from the table. A point above Portsmouth now as things stand. We still have half of both matches to go, but yeah, listen, a step in the right direction at least.
Yeah, it's tight down there, but it makes it really competitive, and I was really looking forward to today, knowing that it wasn't necessarily going to be a win like maybe previous years were expected on, so it brings that added atmosphere, and all of the girls have been really excited that I've spoken to this week in the build-up, so yeah, looking forward to seeing what the second half brings.
I think that's something we were talking about in the pre-match show. We spoke about in the gantry before we came on here at half-time, was just the meaning behind this match, because the previous matches here at Portman Road they've been great exhibitions, but they're games that Town have expected to win. This is a match we're very much having to scrap to make sure we get a result. And yes, it's been a really entertaining half of football as well.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and like I say, it's nice to have that added bit of competition. I think you can feel it in the stadium, feel it in the atmosphere. Everyone's a little bit nervous and on edge, but that's a good thing. It creates a better atmosphere, and yeah, hopefully the girls are really up for it.
I think there was a collective sigh of relief when Lucy's goal went in, because it kind of just took. It just sort of took the. It felt hard going one down so early on, didn't it? It kind of took a bit of a sting out of the occasion. So to have drawn level, I think, was important for the crowd as much as it was for the team, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And everybody was wanting to come here and see Ipswich score, regardless of the result. We've got a lot of young girls in here that are aspiring to be out there one day. So for them to go and see the girls and score a goal, celebrate, get back in, and hopefully we'll see another one second half.
And listen, you've been on a journey with the club. You're the football development manager, but of course you play football as well. You're a player for the women's team. In fact, the captain back in the 2021 season, I think it was, wasn't it? Talk to us about your journey with Ipswich.
Yeah, so started playing football as young as I can remember. I've got 2 younger brothers that always played, so we're a massive football family. I played boys football growing up, just based on what sort of programmes that the FA and other football clubs had to offer. I signed for Ipswich when I was 11. Got picked up in like a development centre trial, and was part of their Centre of Excellence here. That was through the community trust, or what was a community trust back then, and unfortunately that then was shut. So I had 2 seasons here before having to go back to basically playing boys football until I was 16. And then the ladies manager at the time, a guy called Ralph Pruden, he ran the under-16s Suffolk County School side, so that's how I then got back into Ipswich, and yeah, I played here for 6 seasons, made about 80 appearances. Obviously we had COVID and lockdown as part of all of that as well, so didn't quite get to 100, which is a little bit gutting, but yeah, I absolutely love the club, love my time here as a player, and yeah, transitioned into full-time work for the foundation.
And you talk about having 2 older brothers playing football, having to play with the boys. How inspirational are days like today to take a moment and look at just how far women's football's come in the region, and how inspiring, there's lots of young female fans in this stadium that are watching these 11 Ipswich players and going, I could do that one day.
Yeah, when I first started playing when I was 16 with the women's team, we were obviously at Felixstowe. We were getting 30, 40 people, and it was mainly, friends and family. So to come and play in front of 10,000 here, all of the girls in Suffolk, we've got 500 girls in the programme at Foundation. They're all here today. They're all really keen, and they can see those role models. So yeah, really inspiring and a great day for all.
And what would be your message to young female football players and parents. I mean, I've got a 13-month-old little girl, so like, what would be your message to me to sort of, you know, to get girls playing football as early as possible and get them involved in you know, setups like here at Ipswich Town would probably be the message.
Yeah, I think look, there's so many more opportunities now for girls to get involved, and it doesn't have to be at that elite level right away. There's girls teams starting at younger ages. We've got girls sessions within the foundation that start as young as 3 or 4 years old. So, you know, a lot of girls, probably even some in this team here, probably didn't start playing until they were 8 or 9. So now having those opportunities to start younger, get the love for the game, come and watch your role models play on the weekend in big stadiums like this, I think, yeah, it's so important. And we have seen a massive spike in girls starting at a younger age, and hopefully that continues to grow.
Yeah, long may it continue. Inspiring stuff. Second half, not too far away now. What do we think Town need to do? Because they need to start probably a bit quicker than they did in the first half. Having said that, there was that early chance for Sophie Peskett. Football is on a knife edge sometimes, isn't it? But
yeah.
what do you hope to see from Ipswich in the second half?
I think, look, they looked really steady after a frantic first 5. I think they have had more of the ball, and you know, it's just, like I say, taking those chances. We probably have had more than Southampton. Hopefully putting some in the net and come away with the 3 points.
And what do you think David Wright is going to be saying to those players in the changing room at the moment? Because we spoke a bit pre-match about, yeah, calm, collected character, isn't he? But he'll have been watching that match, and there will be things he will want us to have done differently. What do you think he's saying to the players?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a big occasion for some of these girls. At Colchester, they're normally playing in front of 1,000, couple thousand, so that already is a factor that maybe the men's team don't have to factor in, playing week in, week out in front of, you know, crowds of 30,000. So I think there'll be a piece on that, and then, like you say, calming them down, making sure that they play their game. I think they've been the better team in the first half, so if they can go out and do that again in the second half, take their chances, I think we'll come away happy.
And of course, there's going to be a lot of other players on the sub bench who are going to want to get involved as the match progresses as well. Are we likely to see the likes of Natasha Thomas perhaps maybe later in the match as well?
Yeah, I hope so. You know, it's a great day for the girls and the team as a whole, and you know, I think where we have subs that can come on and make an impact, particularly if we've got tired legs playing in a big stadium where they might have put in a little bit more than normal playing in front of a big group. You know, we've got a strong sub force, like you say, someone like Tash coming on for the last half an hour. She's a real good physical presence up there, and hopefully she'll be able to continue what Princess has done this half.
Yeah, Princess has been a real nuisance as well, hasn't she? She's a strong physical player. I feel likes to cut inside and get a shot away, as well as being a presence in the box. So brilliant signing she's been.
Yeah, brilliant. I think they all have. The ones that have come in January have really stepped up. They've you know, really added to the team, and it's nice to see that they've gelled so quickly as well. There were so many of them that came in, and you know, sometimes that can cause a little bit of a divide, but they all look like they've really rallied together with a lot of change and done really well. Yeah.
And I feel Southampton are there taking as well, and that to me, in a way, kind of like shows you just how far this Town women's squad have progressed over the season as well. Struggling in the early stages, we knew that, but they've now proven they're a match for anyone. Southampton are a solid WSL2 side. Listen, they're not a million miles away from the playoffs themselves. This would be, you know, a disappointing result for them, not coming away from something from this match, because they have aspirations themselves. If they won, say it would be an outside chance of making the playoffs, but still they're fighting, and we've looked the better side, I think.
Yeah, I think, like you say, it just goes back to that journey, you know. Obviously starting the season, first game at Colchester in the WSL2, that's something that the club hasn't ever done before. So they've had to learn quickly, they've had to adapt to the level, because in the women's game, you know, the gaps between the leagues are still really big. But I think that success and that grit and determination over the last probably 6-7 months is start to see that now on the pitch. And like you say, they're competing with teams that are mid-table and above.
And Town's aspirations this season are very much our second bottom's fine, isn't it? I mean, we just want to stay up there. Okay, so Sheffield United are beating Portsmouth as things stand, but we'd love to finish above Sheffield, but really finishing, if it is Portsmouth, they finish bottom, and it looks more and more like they are going to be our biggest competitors. It's very tight at the bottom, but there is those 2 games in hand we have. finishing above them is the main priority, isn't
Yeah,
it?
definitely. Staying up's really key for us as a football club, for us as a county, even in the Eastern region. You know, having a WSL2 club here, it helps us massively in the foundation with our goals pathway and what we're striving to be. So yeah, hopefully we can stay up. I think we will, based on new signings and what's changed. So yeah, looking forward to the remainder of the season and fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's been a slog getting here, but we are here to stay. 1-1, the half-time score. What's going to happen for the second 45 minutes? Ruben Shorten and Ian Westlake will be describing all of the action for you as second half commentary coming up next. Ipswich Town versus Southampton. Over to you guys in the commentary box.
Welcome back to this second half here at Portman Road. Ipswich Town 1-1 against Southampton. Southampton having the dream start, scoring inside 2 minutes before Lucy Ashworth-Clifford equalised for the hosts. And since the equaliser, it has been all Ipswich. 10 shots on Southampton's goal, with 3 managing to trouble Fran Stenson in the Southampton goal. Southampton just getting back underway with their warm-ups. Westy, if you were the Ipswich Town manager, like David Wright is now, what would you be saying to the girls at half-time?
More of the same. Carry on where we left off. I think the last 10, 15 minutes of the half we were excellent. I think it's really important we start quickly. This is an afternoon, right, where it's really cold now. It's really windy. The rain's coming down. They've watered the pitch. It's going to be sharp. It's really important that first 5 minutes. You have to be switched on. You have to come out fast. No silly slips, no silly mistakes. Really take the game to them.
And Southampton have made a half-time change. Ellie Hack will make her way onto the field of play there. I believe there's two Southampton changes. Millie Mott, another one of those changes. So, Millie Mott coming on for Jess Simpson. And the rain hammering down here now at Portman Road. Very different conditions in comparison to the first. Not only will they be playing with the wind, they'll be playing with the rain as well.
Yeah, it just adds a little extra spice, doesn't it? That ball will zip a little bit quicker. There will be mistakes in the rain. Every shot you have to follow up with the goalkeeper. Take more shots from distance. Get them skidding in front of goalkeepers. Makes it really difficult on a day like this.
So Southampton to get us underway for this second half. And it's sent to Amy Palmer, who sends the ball up. And headed immediately out by Beth Rowe. Southampton throw it back in, touchdown by Mary Bashford, who did get the opener in this game, as it's a chance here already for Southampton. Brilliant work there from Ashworth-Clifford. on that far side. Back out this time to Millie Mott. Chested out by Kenzie Weir. And very good determination there, and wins a throw-in as the sun now decides to play a part, and the rain seems to have stopped.
Yeah, all the seasons at once. Crazy weather here at Portman Road. Southampton started this half brightly. They pinned us into that corner with a long kick from centre. And they're just trying to keep us in that corner, really packing it with numbers as they win the possession back with a throw.
Millie Mott throwing in that throw-in. She's last season surpassed 100 appearances for Southampton. She joined the club in 2017 as an under-14. She was still a first-team regular when she was just still a teenager. As the ball works out onto the Southampton left-hand side now, this time with Megan Collett. Back to Megan Collett now. Collett with a chance to fizz the ball in across, and she does it. It doesn't work out for Southampton. Pinballing around and cleared away by Ipswich eventually. Tegan McGowan under possession of it now. Takes on Princess, nothing given from the referee, and a chance for Ipswich to counter-attack once more. Their counter-attack was so clinical in the first half. Peskett up against Primus. Peskett still going over here, Sophie Peskett. Cuts inside the box now, Peskett plays it across, back to Peskett. Peskett again, Kit Graham is just over the top of the goal. Brilliant work there from Sophie Peskett.
Yeah, from her own half, just travels, doesn't she, all the way up the pitch. First cross is bounced back to her. Second cross is spot on, drills it to Kit Graham, who tries like a delicate little chip with her right foot, tried to loop it to the back post over the goalie. Just gets a little bit too much on it, and it's over the crossbar. Good start from Peskett.
Fran Stenson to get us back underway. Plays it across to Amy Goddard now. Collett as well on this left-hand side. Ball goes long. Touchdown by McCloney. Back to Michaela McCloney, but Boswell will get there first. Cleared away by Negri for another Southampton throw on that left-hand side.
Yeah, picked up where we left off, haven't we? Really good tempo to it, end-to-end stuff. Both teams trying to work it down the wings.
Thrown in by Collett. Back to Southampton's left back, but that ball does not work out and it'll be an Ipswich Town goal kick. Tara Bourne being the other Southampton player to be substituted off at half-time. Millie Mott and Ellie Hack coming on at half-time for Jess Simpson and Tara Bourne. No half-time changes for David Wright's Ipswich Town, who you'd argue since equalising in this game through Ashford Clifford that they have had the better of the chances and have started this second half brightly as Negri gets us back underway of a goal kick that swerves up into the air with all the wind speed that's happening now, and it'll be a throw-in for Collett to take inside the Ipswich Town technical area. 1-2 between her and Primus. Claims of handball. Riding against that byline. Great work again from Maria Boswell.
It was really good from Bos, just nearly got rolled, just gets a poke on it, wins the ball. Ipswich back with Negley now.
Sun beaming down on the players. Negri will go long. Doesn't work out to Graham. Touchdown by Mitchell. Amy Palmer, Primus. Across to Amy Goddard. Now with Ellie Hack. She joined this summer, well, last summer from Blackburn Rovers, and here's a chance for Southampton. Primus down the left-hand side with McEwen, and brilliant work from Maria Boswell once more. And she's brought down, and you'd argue that should be a foul as there was a push from Megan McEwen to benefit Southampton in terms of a throw-in, but nothing given from the referee.
Yeah, blatant foul, like you say. Just barged into Maria as she was trying to kick the ball long. And ended up getting a throw out of it.
Nevertheless, the ball does work out for Ipswich. Peskett gives it out to Princess. Princess's turn to go down now. Primus will go back to the Southampton back line where Amy Palmer's waiting. She'll give the ball out to Ellie Hack inside the centre circle. across to Millie Mott. So those two changes for Southampton coming in the back line, which tells you what the Southampton backroom staff have thought of Ipswich Town's performance in that first half, and having to make two changes to the centre-back and the right-back. Chance here for Kit Graham. Good work there from Amy Goddard, though, to retain possession. Back to Amy Palmer. And Southampton just trying to enjoy a lot of the ball here. Primus touches it down. Picked up by Palmer on the halfway line. Once more with Amy Goddard. Colette. Tries to go long. Headed up and a chance here for Southampton, but Negri, quick as a flash, comes charging off her line.
Yeah, Southampton slightly differently this half, been a bit more patient in possession, taking extra touches on the back line, keeping it across, especially with Goddard down this side, just keeping the ball moving with Colette, and then being a bit more precise with their forward passing, not rushing it as much.
Negri. There's a pass to Kenzie Weir, which Weir was not expecting, and Weir had to do the best she could in that situation, was to kick out for a throw-in. She didn't have a lot of choice there. Millie Mott under the throw-in for Southampton now. Mott throws it in. Worked out onto the middle by Southampton and that's gone over the top, and now it's Southampton's turn to pass the ball over cheaply.
Yeah, we should just forget the last 2 minutes. Both teams just with some really poor passing. One for each side. I'm wondering if it could settle. They haven't really settled into the second half just yet.
Boswell underneath the throw-in for Ipswich. She throws it in now up against Princess. Princess chests it down, but nothing given in terms of foul. Collett to throw it in once more. She throws it in. Mitchell. Touchdown by Princess.
Well
Princess plays it to Peskett, but just wide, and good work there from Princess to keep a throw into Ipswich Town.
Yeah, Peskett with the opportunity to really release Princess. Tries to be too precise with the pass and just play it just in front of her. Could have played it maybe 10-15 yards ahead, and we could have seen Princess open her legs and really stride onto it.
Maria Boswell then to throw it, this delivery in. She'll throw it to Peskett. Good work there from Boswell to play it up against McEwen for another Ipswich Town throw-in. Boswell throws it in now up against Kit Graham. Kit Graham goes down. It's a venomous ball into the box by Sophie Peskett. Doesn't find anyone on the end of it, and it'll be out for another Southampton goal kick.
Yeah, rather caught everyone by surprise, didn't it? Just drops to Peskett and she hits this lovely little side volley, fizzing the ball through their box. Nobody's gambled, no one anticipated it, and it's out for a goal kick.
It's still 1-0 at Bramall Lane between Sheffield United and Portsmouth. So should Ipswich Town turn it around and give us the 2-1 win that me and Westy were predicted before this game, then that would put Ipswich Town 3 points clear of Portsmouth with 2 games in hand, and with one of those games being the crunch match at home to Sheffield United. So Millie Mott with yet another throw-in on that right-hand side for Southampton. She'll throw it in with some venom into McCloney. That works out to Kenzie Weir. Kenzie Weir, nice little 360 turn there. She'll go to Kavanagh. Kavanagh looked to go long for Princess. Princess with the speed that she does possess and the strength, and she'll force a corner there. That's brilliant work from Ipswich Town's number 99.
Yeah, not just speed, but determination. She was going to make that her own, wasn't she? She burst onto it, battled with the defender, forced her into the mistake. And now we get a chance to put another corner in.
Beth Rowe underneath it.
do wonder. I think today's a day where the bench is going to make a huge difference. We've got such a packed bench now with such like speed and quality on there. Just wonder if it makes this a big pitch for the girls, a lot bigger than normal. We'll exploit it with a pace of Baker coming on. Natasha Thomas with a goal scorer.
Beth Rowe to deliver this corner, then she sends it into the box. Goes all the way to the front stick. And now we a goal kick. Kenzie Weir maybe claiming a corner. A lot of Ipswich Town players are claiming a corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's given a free kick. No, she's given a goal kick. It's definitely came off of a red shirt. Another one missed by the ref.
So, Southampton get back underway. Stenson sends it long, knocked down by Bashford. Worked out to McCloney. Now Southampton look down to go to the right-hand side of Millie Mott. Touchdown on the left-hand side this time now with Megan Collett. Tegan McEwen. And that's poor from Southampton in terms of trying to redistribute their possession out onto the left-hand side. Doesn't work out, and Ipswich Town have another throw-in.
Yeah, they're really trying to play more, Southampton, this half, trying to make us work. The fullbacks are the free players. They're trying to work it to each fullback, but they haven't done it with any purpose yet. It's too slow, and Ipswich always manage to get across and win the ball back.
Boswell throws it in towards Princess. Cannons off of Megan Collett, so it'll be another throw-in for Ipswich Town. Boswell throws this one in with some venom. Princess tries to knock it past Goddard, but wasn't successful. But she did win another throw-in for Ipswich Town there.
Yeah, fans not happy. Goddard arms all round Princess, holding her back, stopping her from sprinting away. Just a throw though.
Boswell throws it into Peskett, back to Boswell now, and that's Kit Graham. Short passes in short vicinity is Peskett now. Peskett inside the 18-yard area. Peskett's shot! It's just a brilliant save from Fran Stenson. It just seemed from where we were sitting here, it was just going to go over the top of Southampton's number 22, but an acrobatic tip just past her right-hand side. And another Ipswich Town corner, but that is a brilliant save there, Ian.
Yeah, what footwork. Peskett skips past two, chops in. You think she's going to hit on her right, chops inside, left foot curler to the far post. Maybe too much curl as it just comes inside the post, and the goalie wraps her right hand round it, tips out for a corner. Fantastic from Peskett.
Beth Rowe to deliver yet another corner for Ipswich Town. Sends this one in, bounces up into the air, tried to be cleared away by Primus. It works away with Kavanagh, it's blocked, and it's a chance. Kenzie Weir's shot's blocked. Ashworth Clifford on the edge of the area, her shot is away. Boswell tried to get onto the end of it, and Ashworth Clifford had to make that foul. Not sure there's a card for Southampton, and seems there that Amy Palmer's gone down. Maybe might have been off her own player there. I'm not sure what happened. She's straight back up onto her feet though.
Yeah, I think an Ipswich player trying to stop her from taking a quick free kick. There's nothing in it. It's really good play. We're seeing how now on our screens just a clip of Peskett. Great save from the goalkeeper, and then the corner comes in and we have 3 or 4 shots blocked. Really good closing down Southampton, and you think they're away on the counter. Ashworth Clifford very cleverly brings down the foul. Should have a yellow card, like you said. Referee doesn't give one, fortunately, and we're back underway.
Fran Stenson is Southampton's current player of the year. She won it last year in her debut season with the Saints, and she's certainly keeping this game level apiece at the minute for Southampton's sake. Kit Graham now with a chance on the right-hand side. She'll go inwards to Ashworth Clifford. Ashworth Clifford tries to go away from Ellie Hack, but Hack will clear it out for a corner again to Ipswich Town. And that will be called up number 4 for Ipswich.
Yeah, Hack playing right side centre half, comes all the way across to the left to track Ashworth Clifford. Very, very good defending. Body across, deflects it out for a corner. Can we really stick this one right under the crossbar?
And this one has gone to Ashworth Clifford, I believe, on that near side. She sends it in. It's gone to the back stick. Peake was waiting there. Kavanagh on the volley. Blocked away. Wasn't a lot of venom in that shot. Palmer trying to run down Negri, and the clearance from Negri has worked out really well for Ipswich, because that's gone out for a throw-in and not a goal kick, and that allows Ipswich to put a lot of bodies forward into that press.
Yeah, if we're playing rugby, it's spot on. She's kicked a touch. It's what, 3 yards off the corner flag. Like you say, Ipswich pinning Southampton in, trying to win the ball in a dangerous area.
Thrown up into the air by Collett. Primus won the header on. Now Peskett wins the ball there smartly. Nearly went through Kit Graham's legs, but good work there from Graham. The ball now just pinballing around, and Liam Mitchell's turn to get a foot in, and it'll be a Southampton throw.
Yeah, Southampton's new game plan of trying to pass the ball is actually working Ipswich's favour at the moment. They're really pressing well.
Chance here for Southampton. Down this left-hand side, Michaela McCloney up against Boswell. Brilliant challenge from Ipswich Town's captain. It works to Peskett, who's dropped deep, and that's gone across. And it might just work the way of Southampton. That's good work from Beth Rowe, but you can see Millie Mott getting involved there, and it's worked out for Millie Mott and Southampton. Mott sends a cross in, and that's a volley from Abigail Ferguson.
It's a great pick out from Mott. They get the break of the ball, Southampton, down the right-hand side, and the fullback's flying forward, and everyone thinks she's just going to whip it in. She spots her attacker on the edge of the box, chips the ball back to her for a volley, but she gets the volley all wrong, off balance, bad body position, and just out into the north stand. Fortunate for Ipswich.
So Natalia Negri to send this the goal kick long. Still no substitutions yet to be made from Ipswich Town as we've gone past the hour mark. Sent up by Negri. Mitchell won the header, and it's touched down by Kavanagh first time. Aimed for Princess, but the pass just wayward, and Peskett looks to touch it down, but that'll work out for a Southampton throw-in this time. David Wright drops the ball down to Megan Collett to deliver the throw-in. One up into the air by Boswell. Chested down once more by Kit Graham, who sends a long ball up to Princess. But Ellie Hack got there first. Graham looks to get onto the end of that one, but that works out for Palmer, and Southampton just growing ever so slightly into this second half, and it's touchdown, and it's McEwen once more down the left-hand side. Good footwork to cross it in, and it's blocked by Mitchell. Kit Graham. Ashworth Clifford. It's an ambitious ball for Princess, who's been chasing down a lot of long balls in this game already, so you can worry about the stamina as well as Natasha Thomas on the bench.
Yeah, there's a few warming up now. I wouldn't be surprised if we change it. We've got to the hour mark, and it will, I reckon, about 65, 67. He'll introduce some fresh legs. It's a big pitch, a lot bigger than they normally play on.
Fran Stenson currently outside a 18-yard box. She sends it long. And that will be a bit of goalkeeper tennis as Negri picks up Stenson's clearance, rolls it out to Paige Peak.
We were really threatening first half, weren't we? Playing in behind them. And we can't get the balance quite right of playing into the strikers or beyond. And the last one was Ashworth Clifford tried to play with Princess, didn't she? And one went short and the other played long. Just got to get that balance back.
Paige Peak gives it to Kenzie Weir. The two of them, Weir and Peak, have looked very calm here at Portman Road.
Yeah, considering it's the first time they've played together, they look a nice partnership.
Weir gives it back to Negri. Back to Weir, but that's picked up by Palmer. Palmer didn't get all of it, but it'll work it back out to Primus, and Primus's pass didn't work out, and that's Peskett, and that's a reckless challenge there.
Oh, and that should be the first yellow card. Peskett's counter-attack nipped away, and she's apologised for it, but that was going to be a really threatening opportunity to break if we'd got away there, and Colette, well, blatantly brings down Peskett to stop the counter.
No yellow card shown from the referee.
Yeah, we see it on the replay. It's quite a lunge, isn't it? It's not a nice one.
So Paige Peak once more over this free kick. About 5 or so yards away from the halfway line. 65 minutes nearly played. Ipswich Town 1, Southampton 1. Both goals coming in the first half. Botched clearance there from Michaela McCloney. Southampton win back possession again. It's back to McCloney. McCloney cuts past the halfway line. McCloney goes down the left-hand side, and it's just wide of the mark for Tegan McGurn to make a difference, and Boswell will watch that go out, and as will Negri, and Negri will get us back underway with a goal kick.
Yeah, you can see that work they've done on the defence. They counter-attack, we try and press and they beat us and they're running at us. And the back four just closes up really small, all the gaps, nothing to play through. And we force them to play a really tight pass through our lines and it's out for a goal kick. Very good from the back four.
So Rihanna Dean and Ava Baker currently warming up for the hosts. Sent long once more by Negri, up into the air by Millie Mott. Colette Kavanagh with a thunderous header, and that is a nasty collision. You can hear that here up in the commentary box. That sounded nasty. Collision there between Kit Graham
and Goddard, I think.
And Amy Goddard, yes.
Yeah, it's really good from the centre-half. I think Goddard's been one of the standout players. I think she's really put a great shift in today. She steps forward and wins a big header, but it's tough when you're playing as a number 10 and you try and flick a little header on and you don't know someone's coming, you get blindsided. And she just gets a forehead-to-forehead contact. It looks really sore from Kit Graham. It's the worst ones when you don't see them coming. It really flew in.
The noise as well that echoed around this stadium.
He's a tough one, though. I expect to see her back to her feet shortly. Good opportunity for both managers. It's very interesting. This didn't happen so much in my day. You'd maybe talk to 1 or 2 players as a manager on the edge of the pitch, but now, as soon as someone's down injured, the whole team are sprinting over, and David Wright's getting some more information to the team. As you see the Southampton manager do the same, as he's encompassed, encircled by his team, giving out lots of information.
Kit Graham back up to her feet. She's making her way off the field of play, just surrounded by the physiotherapists. So I believe Ipswich will have to restart with 10 players as Graham and Southampton are ready for their 3rd substitution as well, as Maria Edwards will come into the fold. Not sure that will be a concussion substitution. I believe that is for Abigail Ferguson, who was Southampton's only change coming into this game. She's impressed myself and Westy with her performances down the right-hand side during that first half. But nevertheless, she is withdrawn in the 68th minute for Maria Edwards. 3rd change for Southampton. Still yet to see a substitution waiting in the wings for David Wright's Ipswich. Worked out onto the left-hand side for Collett. Now Goddard. 1-2 between her and Amy Palmer. Back to Goddard. This time it's picked up by Liam Mitchell, but it's worked for Southampton. It's a chance for McLoney to go down the left-hand side now, where Maria Edwards is waiting. Her first involvement is to send the ball up. That's a brilliant save from
It's a foul.
Negri, but the whistle had already gone before Primus had put the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, McGowan on the back post, just a push before she makes contact with her header. It's a really good spot from the referee. I think it's very easy just to watch the ball, but she just actually just nudged her, then wins the header. Otherwise, we would have been 2-1 down. It was good football, wasn't it? Lovely little play down this left-hand side, and a really dangerous ball to the back post, but just a little push, enough to give Ipswich a free kick.
And the sun seems to have gone behind the clouds again, as it does seem like the rain will hammer back down any second now, as that's touched down by Kit Graham, and a glorious chance here for Ipswich. It's Ashworth Clifford. She maybe take a heavy touch, and it is a corner. Referee did hesitate there before giving a signal of a corner. Ipswich Town's 6th corner. Brilliant work there from Ashworth Clifford, but even better work from Ellie Hack to get back at the last second.
Great turn of pace, wasn't it, from Hack? I didn't think she had it in her. It looked like the touch was perfect, driving into the box, but Hack really turning the burners on and makes the recovery tackle.
So, Beth Van Rood to deliver Ipswich Town's 6th corner. The noise just picks up here in Portman Road. She sends in the corner, headed out. Ashworth Clifford, back stick, and it's a shot blocked again by Southampton, and it will go out for a throw-in rather than a corner.
That's good play, isn't it? It's a great corner. It's well defended, but only cleared as far as probably the penalty spot, but just off centre. And Ashworth Clifford, great first touch, goes for power, just straight into the defender.
Maria Boswell over this throw-in then. She throws it to Kit Graham. Back to Boswell. Peskett now. Peskett sends in the cross, but that's overhit and over the top of Princess. Millie Mott under possession of it, but she was surrounded there, but she worked it brilliantly out onto that right-hand side for Megan McEwen. 1-2 between herself and Mary Bashford. Millie Mott goes across again to Ellie Hack. Amy Goddard. Megan Collett back to Goddard. Princess been a bit quieter in this second half in comparison to the first. Still no changes waited for Ipswich Town. Amy Palmer looks to go long. But Paige Peake, with the pace that she possesses, she's still only 22 years of age. She's still got the youth behind her as Kit Graham plays it into Princess. Could this be an Ipswich Town counter-attack? Plays it into Peskett. Peskett looks to take on Goddard. 4 Southampton players around her. Peskett goes down the right-hand side. She's brought down.
Corner.
But it will be a corner nonetheless. A couple of Ipswich fans wanted a free kick in front of where Peskett was, but Ipswich Town's 7th corner.
Again, it's really good from Goddard. They look stretched, the fullback's out of position, Peskett's away, but she just slows Peskett down, and then you see the bodies come back and defend, and they get 4 or 5 behind the ball. Ends up a corner being a great result.
So Sheffield United have also doubled their lead at Bramall Lane as the referee just halts proceedings to talk to Leah Mitchell and Millie Mott, just 5 yards away from the 6-yard box.
Yeah, we've had all the sun, we've had the rain, and now the wind's come back and it's blowing towards the Southampton goal. So this ball with whip could go straight in, or certainly put the goalkeeper under a lot of pressure.
What a chance this would be for Ipswich to go 2-1 up. Sent in by Ashworth Clifford, and just as Ian Westlake predicted, the speed of the wind just took that corner away from Ashworth Clifford and not even found the side netting of the front post.
Yeah, just you see the flags, the Ipswich flags on top of the stand. You can see them just really blowing towards the Southampton end, and she needs to start that off way outside the goal for it not to get off the pitch.
Millie Mott plays it to Tegan McGeown. And that'll work out for an Ipswich Town throw, and Beth Rowe to take it on that far side.
Yeah, McEwen flashes, doesn't she? She has really good moments and then really odd ones. That time just kicking the ball straight out of play for a throw-in. She's a danger. They've switched her over to that right-hand side. I think her preferred side of the pitch.
And it does seem that Ipswich Town will finally be making a substitution. Kit Graham underneath the possession now. Pinballing around before it is cleared away by Amy Palmer. Back to Primus. Now Ellie Hack sends it up. I believe it's Ava Baker that will be coming on.
Pure pace with Ava Baker. I've seen her a couple of times this season. She's rapid.
Another one of those January signings on loan from Birmingham City. They play tomorrow away at Bristol City. Product of Leicester City's academy. She made her debut for the Foxes, aged just 16, in a League Cup tie against Manchester City.
Oh, she was all stripped and ready. She's put the bib back on and now she's warming up again. A big moment, we were talking her up, and she's going to have to wait a few more minutes, because I think as soon as David Wright saw it was a free kick, you never make changes when there's a free kick because you've got your people to mark, so he's going to keep her warm by letting her run up and down the left-hand side a little more.
I believe it's Amy Palmer on that far hand side to deliver this free kick for Southampton. Just over 15 minutes to go. It's clipped across. Negri didn't know where it was. It had to be cleared away. Picked up by Millie Mott. Back to Amy Palmer. Palmer's pass aiming for Megan Collett at left back over here. And it just seems here, Westy, that it's just turned so dark here at Portman Road. The light is just evaporated from this ground.
Yeah, the wind we were speaking about was brought in some really dark looking clouds. And I think we're going to get soaked in a minute. Fortunately, we're undercover up here. But that, we just see the free kick again, and it's a really good save from Negri. Initially, she makes the first contact. Like you say, loses her bearings, doesn't know where it is, and Kit Graham to the rescue with the clearance.
Sent up by Negri as Ava Baker just receives instructions. The ball pinballs out, works out towards Ipswich. Collett plays up against Peskett. Ava Baker did get both assists in Ipswich's 2-1 win over Durham as well.
Just wondering if she goes down the left or down the right. She prefers it off the right, but Peskett's doing so well.
Boswell up against Goddard. Goddard has to clear it out for a throw-in.
No, still Baker waits.
She's still got the green bib on, waiting to come on. Boswell throws it into Kit Graham. Graham was free of space. Graham's volley. Way over the top of Fran Stenson's goal.
Yeah, I love the thought though. Let it drop in over her shoulder, spins and hits it in one motion, just gets under it and it flies high.
Is Ava Baker still waiting to come on?
They've got the board ready. I think it's now, surely.
They're back underway though. As Amy Goddard plays it 1-2 between herself and Ellie Hack, as the rain just starting to come down again. Good work there from Colette Kavanagh. Another foul given. Still yet to see a yellow card from this referee, and we're 76 minutes into the game.
Maybe she left him in the dressing room. There certainly should have been some. But she's letting it flow, certainly.
So it does.
Baker's got the bib off, but they're still not bringing her on.
And there she is. She's ready. Oh no, they're back underway rather. Baker's still yet to come on. Colette back to Amy Goddard. As the rain is hammering down, I believe there's some hail in there as well. It's Michaela McCloney. Plays it across to Mary Bashford, and that is just torrential rain, it seems, here at Portman Road.
It's bordering on snow, isn't it? It must be hail, and I think that'll be Ashworth Clifford coming off.
And it is Ashworth Clifford coming off. The Ipswich Town goal scorer who scored Ipswich's equaliser. She'll make her way off on that far side for Ava Baker. So it is how Aileen Westlake predicted. Ava Baker to be on the Ipswich left, Pescott on the right.
Just adds to pace on the top line. Another threat. Can we get see her running with the ball? Unbelievable weather conditions now. The wind and the hail.
Just pinballing around for Southampton. Works out to Ipswich now. Ava Baker's first involvement is to just chase the ball down. Primus plays it across to McEwen. McEwen sends in the cross. It blocked off Weir, and it's picked up by Pescott just on the edge of the 18-yard area. She's got space to run into here. She's taken on by Amy Palmer. Palmer looks to push her away. She'll play it into Princess. Princess was body checked there by Amy Goddard, but brilliant work from Princess to drop deep, and she's played it up against Amy Palmer for an Ipswich Town throw. And the rain's still lashing down, but seems to have calmed down a little bit more than the hail that was coming down. Boswell sends up the throw-in.
Just feel like it's building, don't you, for a big Ipswich finish. All the fans who were in the front few rows are now in the back rows because they're just stepping in away from the rain. I do think we'll change the striker soon. Princess, who's done a wonderful job, is starting to look a bit of a fatigued figure.
Everyone with their hoods up with this rain. As Boswell's thrown to Pescott isn't what she intended. Picked up by Primus now with McEwen. McEwen's pass
offside,
aimed for Maria Edwards, but the flag up onto that far side by the linesman.
Yeah, it's very good. Maria Boswell doing her best Tony Adams impression. Just holds her line, arm goes up, stares down the linesman, just saying, put your flag up. And the linesman listened. Up it went. Danger gone. Is Tony Adams too old a reference for you?
No, I know who Tony Adams is.
I'm going to have to change that in a few years to John Terry or something a bit more relevant. Van Dijk.
So, Natalia Negri to get us underway with the offside free kick. She sends it up, headed up into the air once more by Southampton, and that rain will probably seem to be a persistent fixture for the remaining 10 minutes as the ball goes long. Hack got in the way of it. She sent it up, but the clearance was away from Pescott. Pescott sends it in now, chested down. It's worked away. It's Ava Baker. It's deflected and it's out for a corner.
Oh, I think it's hit an arm and she's asking for the penalty, but the ref's not going to give it. She's given the corner.
Ava Baker is claiming for handball. We've got a replay chance here. It does seem that Mary Bashford does seem the guilty party here.
Oh, I think it would have been harsh. Her arm's sort of high, but I think it's body and arm. Baker, I was going to say it was worth the wait. We'd been waiting for her for 10 minutes. I thought she was going to seal the victory, but we'll see if we can do it from the corner.
Bethan Road to deliver it. Takes it in. It goes into the midfield. Chested down. Kavanagh with a touch away from her. Sends it back in. It's blocked away. It's bouncing around inside the 6-yard area and cleared away once more from Southampton. Primus runs onto it, but look at the speed from Maria Boswell. She'll play it back to Negri. It's just an underhit pass, and Negri goes back to Boswell. And what a glorious touch that is. The speed of the pass that Negri showed there. Sent up, chested down. A free kick given. Brilliant work from Kit Graham to win a foul for Ipswich.
Brilliant from Ipswich. Corner comes in. This time you take a touch, similar position to last time, but they loop a ball back into the box. Oh, we're seeing the replay here of Ava Baker, and they're asking for the pen. I don't think
from that angle, it looks a little bit inconclusive.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But the other one, I thought when it's dropping in the box, and I think it's Princess who's closest to it, nobody knows where it is. Could we just scramble it in? Paige Peake's going to go long with this free kick from nearly on the halfway line.
Peake to take the free kick. Sent up, edge of the 18-yard area. Once more, knocked up. Kit Graham went for the header. Doesn't work out, but it's still for the way of Peskett. Peskett goes to Boswell. Boswell takes on Amy Palmer, and the ball ricochets off Southampton's number 66 for another throw into Ipswich.
Yeah, big 10 minutes for Ipswich, really building pressure. Can we turn it into shots and chances? We haven't done thus far.
And Southampton will make a fourth change probably after this throw-in. Probably won't have to wait as long as Ava Baker did. Boswell throws it into Peskett, back to Boswell, but that cross into the box, shanked.
Yeah, the young fans getting involved now, really cheering the team on. Atmosphere building.
So that fourth substitution for Southampton is Tegan McEwen making her way off for Kira Senna. So 4 changes made from Southampton, only the one still made by Ipswich. Ava Baker coming on.
Yeah, Righty clearly happy with what his team are doing. Doesn't want to upset the balance by making changes.
Works out Peskett. Tried to win the ball. It was a little bit of miscommunication between herself and Kit Graham as to who was going to chase down that ball, but poor from Kira Senna immediately coming on as a substitution. Sent up by Ellie Hack, touchdown by Kavanagh. She's gone down, and that's another free kick for Ipswich, more central this time.
Yeah, Rowe in acres of space on the left. Kavanagh just needs to release her, decides to chop inside. Should have just played the ball out to the left. As we see, 9,142. Brilliant attendance.
Fantastic support with such adverse weather conditions as well. Peake with the free kick. She'll take it short to Beth Rowe. Beth Rowe was drilled in. It was aimed for Kavanagh, but Brand Stanson calls her back line and she'll pick up the ball. So just over 6 minutes of normal time to be played here at Portman Road. Can Ipswich Town find a goal which you would think would solidify their place in the WSL2 next season? However, Portsmouth have got a goal back at Bramall Lane, so that is currently Sheffield United 2, Portsmouth 1.
Yeah, I just wonder how David Wright views it, because right now, as much as the fans and everyone wants us to go on and win this game, I think he's thinking a point's a great result. Points at this stage of the season are precious.
Especially against the experience that Southampton lead. Amy Palmer, 2-time winner of the WSL. Amy Goddard has played for numerous teams in the top flight, such as Yeovil, Crystal Palace, Villa, Bristol City.
Yeah, this Southampton team were one of the favourites to be in the top 2, certainly in a promotion pushing playoff spot. And Ipswich are putting up a hell of a fight here.
Backs out to Mitchell. Mitchell's pass works away of Kenzie Weir. Now Beth Rowe. Beth Rowe, she did seem to be clipped there, and it might have been an inconspicuous foul, but nevertheless,
yeah, fouls.
Maria Edwards isn't best pleased with that decision.
No, slamming the ball down again could be a booking, showing dissent, but referee, like we said, hasn't got any yellows on her.
So Ipswich Town still only making the one substitution. Could this be a moment for Natasha Thomas to make it goal number 175? Would be a landmark goal. She is currently 4th in the table for top goal scorers. Only Ted Phillips, John Walk and Ray Crawford ahead of her for goals for Ipswich Town Football Club. It's Beth Rowe once more. That claims of handball there, nothing given from the referee, and drilled across, but Peake got in the way of it there. She'll play it to Kenzie Weir. Weir with a touch away, and it goes back in this time, aiming for Kit Graham. Touched off by Colette Kavanagh, and once more Southampton looking to spread out and distribute play, and that's brilliant work from Peskett and Boswell combined. And Princess looks to get on the end of it. She looks to try and set off Ava Baker. A free kick given.
Oh, that was our chance to see Baker's pace. Princess turning down the opportunity to release her down the left. It was on her left foot. She didn't want to play it on her left. Slows the play down. Wins the free kick. But I would have loved to have seen Baker in a foot race. She just looks so quick, so sharp since coming on.
Paige Peake once more over this free kick for the hosts. So little time of the second half to be played. As Westy says, you'd think Ipswich would be happy with a point given the result currently happening at Bramall Lane. Peake sends up the free kick. Headed up by Weir. Not fully cleared. Graham's header way wide of the left-hand side of Stenson's goal.
Yeah, ball comes in, a couple of headers in the air, and Kit Graham trying to get something towards the goal. Not her finest effort, and Southampton have us back underway.
They are into stoppage time at Bramall Lane. Only 4 minutes of time given up there. Peskett wins the ball back brilliantly for Ipswich. Peskett inside the 18-yard area. Her pass is blocked away, and Peskett looks to shield it out for a corner. She does go down, but corner given nonetheless.
Yeah, it's Goddard again. It's Peskett. She drives down, she whips the ball in, but Goddard just right place, right time. Her defensive positioning is excellent. She gets that big, long leg, just steers it away for a corner. Oh, if you could have just beat that first man, we had players, Baker and Princess, piling in on the back post.
So with Ashworth Clifford going off as a substitution, it allows for Colette Kavanagh to deliver this corner for the hosts. Kavanagh sends it in all the way to the back stick. Beth Rowe is waiting there. Rowe up against Primus. It's gone all the way through Paige Peake now. Outside the 18-yard area, Peake looks to dribble it in. Still with Peake. Peake's cross, and it's through to Stenson. Stenson rolls it out to Millie Mott. Millie Mott drills it up. That will remain in play, but you can see that pace of Ava Baker. Maybe not on the offensive side for Ipswich Town, but definitely on the defensive side to prevent a corner. And Southampton making their fifth and final substitution here. So that is Rachel Brown coming on for Michaela McCloney. Rachel Brown recently having recovered from an 11-month spell out with an ACL injury that saw her 24-25 season go up in smoke. However, she's just come back recently in January from that 11th month spell out, and she looks to close out this game for Southampton, coming in at left back.
Yeah, McCloney had a great afternoon. I thought she was good every time the ball came up to her. Didn't have a load of service. And like you say, brilliant to see Brown coming back from a long injury. Unfortunately, all too familiar, the ACL injury in the women's game.
Mitchell has gone down here. It looked like a head collision.
I think it's an Ipswich Town ball. Yeah, Ipswich are in possession. They're just going to drop the ball to Ipswich and they'll keep possession. Can we get one more chance? Can we get a chance to see Baker 1v1? That's what I really want to see. See her use her pace, use her skills.
Drop ball. Paige Peake plays it back to Natalia Negri. And there'll be 4 minutes of time to be added on. 4 minutes. Touchdown by Princess. In by Kit Graham. It's a glorious chance. It's Ava Baker to win it. Oh, it's blocked brilliantly by Amy Goddard. She had to get there. Ava Baker stayed down on the edge of the 6-yard area. It doesn't look good. So there's 4 minutes of time added on. Southampton go up the other end. Still in play. They sends in. Senna nearly got there. Baker has still stayed down. Bethan Rowe underneath it. She sends it long. I don't even think David Wright knows that she's off. And they eventually do stop play. Baker just gets back up onto her feet.
Oh, what a chance, though. Really good play. As Baker goes back down injured, unfortunately, she's not going to be able to continue. The ball goes up to Princess. Hopefully we get a replay of it. It's really good play. She lays it off to Kit. She slides Baker through, and Baker maybe taking one too many touches, but Goddard, who we've said all day, has been absolutely fantastic. From a Southampton point of view, she's been a standout. She comes all the way across from left centre half to the right-hand side of the pitch, slides in, makes a wonderful block. And I think on the follow-through catches Baker. I think we get to see it here. I think maybe could she get this shot away? One more touch, could she get it away earlier? Brilliant defensive tackle, and there's just a tangling of the legs.
It's just a follow-through, isn't it, from Goddard that has meant that Baker stayed down, so...
What a huge chance, though. What a shame. That played so well. Waited for that opportunity. Released Baker. We saw the pace we've been crying out for, but Goddard, who at times has stopped Ipswich from scoring on her own, that time had to do it again. Came across with a brilliant tackle.
And I can tell you, it has finished at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United have won against Portsmouth, so Ipswich will be hoping for at least a point here now at Portman Road. Baker back up onto her feet. She seems she's worn that injury off. 2 minutes of time added on, still to be played. Not sure how much the referee will add on due to that injury in injury time to Ava Baker.
Yeah, you'd imagine we play 95, wouldn't you? Maybe 3 more minutes.
Palmer went onto that right-hand side. Sent in and it's blocked, and it's Southampton corner. Probably their most dangerous spell in this second half.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that myself. I really haven't looked to my left-hand side at all this second half. Everything's been in the Southampton half. And they get a big opportunity to put the ball in the box. Looks like it'll be an outswinger.
Amy Palmer to deliver it, indeed. So they've only got 1:30 scheduled to be played left as Baker's ran back in the corner of your screen. Palmer sent up the corner. It's blocked away. Peskett gets a touch on it. They're claiming handball. It did look like handball there from Sophie Peskett. Nevertheless, the referee runs away, as does the ball. Bethan Rowe heads it on. Princess up against Primus. The ball comes off of Primus, I believe, and it'll be an Ipswich Town throw-in.
Well, I'll tell you now, if I'm on the other team, I'm screaming penalty. It runs all the way down Peskett's arm before she clears it. Not intentional, but it looked like a penalty to me. We're fortunate enough to get a replay. Oh, I think it catches her arm twice. Ipswich getting away with one.
Sophie Peskett has been named as the sponsors man of the match. Touchdown by Kit Graham. And with a minute to go, Westy, I'll ask your man of the match. Or would it be the same choice as the sponsors?
No, I'd have to give it to Princess. I think she's been absolutely brilliant. You don't understand how tough it is being a centre forward, the way she's held it up against two big physical centre halves, linked play, been a threat in behind. Can understand Peskett. She's ran her a close second for me with the goal contribution, the little slide across, but for me, I think I'd give it to Princess. I think she's been absolutely terrific. You have to give a shout out to our two centre halves who, having played the first time together, have had a wonderful relationship and really stuck together, and we've conceded very few chances.
Negri to send it back into play here. We've played the allocated 4, however many more we'll play since Baker's injury remains to be seen. Chance here for Southampton late on. Peake tried to get onto the end of it. It's not done away. It's cleared away by Ipswich only as far as the edge of the area. Free kick to Southampton on the edge of the 18-yard area, and the first yellow card comes out for Kit Graham on the 95th minute. But that is a hairpin chance away from being a penalty, but it is a gilt-edged chance for Southampton to win this game with a free kick. Amy Palmer's immediately picked up the ball. A woman of her experience in games like these, a title winner twice in the WSL2 with Manchester United and Bristol City. She will revel for situations like this.
Yeah, and let's clear this up. It's a tiny nudge, and she's won the free kick. It is a free kick. For that to be the first yellow card's a disgrace. We've just seen it back. There's hardly any contact in it. Very strange one, but like you say, this is a big opportunity. Ipswich with a 4-man wall, Southampton with their own wall blocking Negley's vision. I think she's going to go goalkeeper's side.
Palmer the only one over it. Referee just speaking there to, believe it's
Mitchell.
Leah Mitchell, yeah.
Yellow card. Must have just said one too many things, I guess. Really important role here for Kavanagh. If she can just step one step in and block that post. It's a little bit wide position at the minute.
This should be the last attacking highlight of this game. Amy Palmer over the free kick. Whistle goes. It's Palmer, steps up, it's curling, and it's in! And Southampton have found the winner in the 96th minute. It is an absolute heartbreak for Ipswich Town. I believe it was Megan Collett at the back post who slammed in the rebound to make sure it just bobbled around. And it's a substitute, Rachel Brown rather, who has gotten the winner. It's the super sub for the Saints. We watch the replay back here.
Yeah, it's a bitter, bitter pill to swallow. There's deflections everywhere. The first one, Kavanagh blocks, comes off the boot of, I think, the substitute, and then rolls through to Brown just to smash it in. Can't miss it. Ipswich asking for offside. It doesn't look offside to me. And it's a real bitter, bitter pill after dominating the second half to find ourselves 2-1 down last kick of the game. I think it was Edwards. It's a free kick by Palmer. Kavanagh gets a touch on it, cannons off Edwards and just fortunately into the path of Brown.
And that is the full-time whistle here at Portman Road, and it is absolute heartbreak for Ipswich Town. They have been brilliant here at Portman Road. Their third time here, and their 100% win ratio goes up in smoke as well with that defeat. And it was a game where, with Portsmouth losing at Bramwell Lane, you'd have thought Ipswich would be happy with the point. But Rachel Brown's last-minute winner, the 96th minute, has stolen all 3 points from Southampton, which, based off that second half performance alone, you wouldn't reckon they deserved it. However, for Ipswich, the result, it shouldn't be the most important thing tonight. It's playing in front of nearly 10,000 Ipswich Town fans, a dream for many through the academy. And they still do hold a two games in hand on Portsmouth, who still occupy bottom place with a worse goal difference because of their defeat to Sheffield United today. However, Rachel Brown's goal has meant that Ipswich lose this one here today. It finishes here, Ipswich Town 1, Southampton 2.